The only one we're missing is the dwarf. And he doesn't really count. Yeah, the dwarf. And he doesn't really count. Yeah, the dwarf. All right, I can hear me.
Check, check.
All
1,
right, I
2,
can hear
1,
me.
2. It's your boy back
I can
with
hear me.
another episode of this game again.
Testes, 1 or 2. 2.
Nah, I kind of find that one funny.
That's getting quoted. I'm sorry, Muffy. That's getting quoted. I'm sorry, Muffy.
Because, let's see, 5 days from now will be my 10-year anniversary of losing a boob. 5 days from now
Oh no!
I'm a breast cancer survivor.
Oh no!
Oh,
So
you
I'm,
are?
I remember you told us that. I remember you said that.
I'm Ono Tete.
Wow, you so educate me, because I know it's possible for men, but what is the percentage versus women? Is it like 30 or 40, or is it
Less
just
than 1% of the male population?
okay? 1% of the male.
Yeah,
population.
So
it's
you,
really,
sir,
really low.
So you, sir, are like Jerry's kids, and you're special.
Oh, I'm special, all right. Special ed.
That's a sad thing, but it's kind of makes you chuckle at the same time.
I was on the news for I had a post and pre-interview for my surgery.
Crazy.
I was about to guess what you didn't give me time to guess, but you already told us. So I was gonna guess what show. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
The worst part is it took me 8 years to get it connected to my military service.
Yeah.
Are you getting veteran service then? VA?
Yep.
Good deal.
I said only took 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty quick, actually.
For the VA, yeah.
Yeah. No, unfortunately. But
That is what it is.
Don't get me
I'm fourth generation Army, so. And my grandfather was one of 17 brothers and sisters. All 9 brothers served during World War II. So I wouldn't change my service again, even know what I know now. So.
Yeah, I was gonna join my uncle was in World War II, but my father served 25, so I was going to join, but I knew that I didn't want to spend my whole time in the brig.
Yeah, I was young, dumb, and stupid. I could have retired at 37.
Yeah, it's about the age of my dad. Well, somewhere around there. He was young when he retired.
That's okay. My son was going to go in the Marines. He goes, "Hey, Dad, I think I'm going to join the Marines." I'm like, "Really?" I says, "Yeah." I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He goes, "Sure." I said, "Do you like old stuff or new stuff?" He goes, "Well, Dad, I like new stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I figured as much." So let me tell you something. I was sitting in the middle of the Saudi desert with one of the oldest M1A1s in service. It was a 62-ton medium tank falling apart, crappy ass tools. My tool bag had holes in it. I said, this nice Marine brought me out my mothball tank from Germany for the Cold War. My 72-ton heavy. Brand new tools, nothing wrong with it. It was awesome. He goes, that's cool, Dad. I said, yeah. I said, the Marine got a new tank too. He goes, he did? Yeah. My old piece of shit. They get the hand-me-downs.
Nope.
So then he looks at me and goes, you're right, Dad. I think I'll join the Army. I said, no, son. Join the Air Force.
There you go.
Have the best bases, best barracks, best food, best travel, and on top of that, they're the only branch that sends the officers in first.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's launch this thing and
Let's
get going.
go.
Oh boy.
You didn't do the throw the sand against the wall thing when it hit the beach?
No, not at all.
So were you in Fort Hood?
Yes, very close. I was over in El Paso.
Most people go through Fort Hood at least once. That's where I live.
Bliss. Anything but blissful.
Yeah, I know.
When You know the city of Lake Jackson too, then?
Nope.
It's kind of southeast of Houston. My cousin was a fire marshal out there.
Yeah, I don't want to go torches so much.
Slide on over Twitch. Cool. Come on, let's do that. Come on,
Let's try to survive today.
you. Oh, we'll be fine.
When you get a chance, I can't find them. But you can send me those headshots that I sent you. I can't find where I put them for all of them.
Okay.
Those are the old ones that I can try to make bodies.
You talking about this game or the other game?
No, this game.
This game? Oh. Did you lose the ones I sent? I didn't look. Oh, what the hell? Hold on. One
I'm
moment.
talking about all our headshots from the portraits.
Yeah, I got them actually saved right. Well, most of them saved right here. I don't have my headshot.
That's all
I
right.
just have my actual art.
Sure, I'll look in the conversation and see. I'll track it.
And we're here. We made it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode. Uh-oh, I'm frozen. Let us see if we can't fix this. I just looked at it when I went to it. I went, why is my camera oh, it looks like my camera died. So let me do this for a second. I have to go. I have split and go to my camera and let's deactivate and now reactivate, and now I'm back, and now I can come off of studio mode, and there I am. Hello, everybody. Now I've made it. We are here. I am Sean, your host. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. Wrong way, do me. All right, there we go. Anyway, welcome to tonight's episode of Agora Quest, our Heroes of Kreistrich edition. We're missing Ragnar. I don't recall him saying.
He'll be here shortly. He got hit with a bunch of code right before the game started.
No worries. Did he post that somewhere?
Yeah. There
it is. Yep, I'm gonna be delayed. Oh, no worries. So we will talk very slow, kind of like a dwarf. So anyway,
he'll be finished with that code.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I appreciate you guys taking time on your Friday night to hang out with us here in our Heroes of Kreistrich, our 90th episode. So we are moving right along. So if you're new here, welcome. Old hands, welcome back as always. Don't forget, as you watch the stream, you earn tokens. You can trade those tokens in for natural ones or natural 20s. And as of right now, it doesn't look like anybody has anything because it's a new session. So I encourage you, if you have tokens to give, get them in early and often, except for you, Monkey, because you can't donate to your own game. But you can come back Monday and you can donate to that game. You and your... Monkey's been with the game for like 2-3 years, whatever, but he's been in both games, so he's not able to donate tokens, so he just racks them all up and stuff. So.
Was Monkey not? Monkey was not with us when we first started. No.
Well, not here, but I'm just saying, ever since he came into the game, he has been in both first the 1E game and the 5E game. So you can't donate tokens. He can't donate them to either game because he is in both games, or he was in both games for the longest time. So he was in for a while. Started with the 1E, but he came into the 5E game too. So anyway, regardless, make sure that if you want to get them in early and often. As I said, right now, players don't have them or don't have any, nor do I. However, if you want to help support the stream, for every 200 bits that you cheer, you can grant a advantage to the player or DM of choice. Those do carry over from stream to stream because, as always, if you're going to spend your hard-earned coin to help us along, I am not going to penalize the players if they don't get a chance to use whatever generous donation you may have made. As of right now and as it stands, AK and Nilo have 1 advantage, Ragnar has 2, Tarikas has 7, and I, your humble DM, have 2 as well. So again, for every 200 bits or cheer, you can do that. However, if you would really like to help support the stream, feel free to go and subscribe. Every penny that you guys put into the stream comes back into the stream in some way, shape, or form in the terms of content hosting or content being created that we use during the game. You name it, I spend it. And as I said, every penny that you are generous enough to donate, I put right back into the stream. We also have a tip jar if you're one of those people that doesn't want to have any kind of a recurring subscription. And it's not that you can't cancel the subscription. There's a lot of people that'll subscribe and they'll forget, and then all of a sudden they're resubscribing and they get a notification or like, curse you, Twitch, because Twitch will automatically resubscribe you unless you go into your account and elect to not to. So to avoid all of that hassle and, in my opinion, better provide for your content and your favorite content providers if they have a tip jar, use that, because pretty much everything that you donate goes to the content provider as opposed to the 50-50 split that goes to Twitch, 60-40 depending upon what level of Twitch you are. As of right now, we're 50-50. So if you go to our page, you can see our tip jar. Just click that. It'll take you to a donation page and donate however much you want. And then it'll go, in my case, I've got it set up to use PayPal. It'll go to PayPal, and then PayPal will say, hey, we're going to charge you $1.50 to process this. Or if you want to spend $4 to process it, we'll give it to you today, as opposed to having to wait for a couple days. So if you have a content provider that you really like, that you want to help support, you want to really help support them, use their tip jar because Twitch doesn't get as big a cut. But anyway, be that as it may, I encourage you in some way, shape, or form to help content providers out there that you love. Because like I said, it helps me. I mean, I don't pay a lot to run the stream. Got some hosting services, got some maps that are from Patreon that I subscribe to, but it's really not that much. But every little bit helps, man. So we appreciate all the love that you guys have shown us over the past 4 years that we've been doing this. Also, last but not least, if you like Greyhawk like we like Greyhawk, go check out the Greyhawk Creatives team page. It's twitch.tv/team/Greyhawk Creatives. Go check it out. You can see all the different Greyhawk content providers, old school D&D stuff. A lot of great content providers out there. I mention the same ones all the time, like Lork Zumba, Anna Meyer, Mike Disney, those kind of folks, man. Wicked Studios. I think they changed their name to Atomic Peanut Butter Group, but their Discord still says Wicked Studio. Go check them all out, man. There's a lot of really good content out there. What else? I think that is about it as far as who we are. Also, if you are interested in some of our other places that you can see our content, our old content is out on YouTube. Twitch only holds our streams for like 2 weeks, I think it is, and then that will roll off. So typically at the end of every stream, I'll go in and make sure everything's good to go, and then I will export it over to YouTube. So you just go to our YouTube channel over there. You can check it out. Any place that you want to find us, !socials. If you type that in the chat, !socials, it'll show you all of our links to our various content places, whether it's Discord, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, you can find us there. So I encourage you to go check it out. I'm not. How do you pronounce that? Is it Lucecios? Lucecios? Not 100% sure, but we definitely appreciate the follow that you gave us not too long ago. What's that?
Thanks for joining us.
Lucetios.
Lucetios. Is that Hispanic?
Leuce.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, dude, look, do I look like I speak Spanish? No. Or is it French? I don't know. Whatever. I appreciate the follow. I don't know.
Plot
I don't.
twist. That name is actually a phonetic Celtic. I was about to crack a joke.
I was going to say
and
Celtic. Yep. There we go.
Slavic or Norse. Like
there we go. Very cool.
English
now we know.
Phonetic.
I like it. I like it. I don't think I have the exclamation point tip turned on. You can actually go to our Twitch page where the stream is.
Scroll down. There should be an option.
Yep, you can see. Yep, you can see the about, and you can see all the other stuff, and you can see tip if you're interested, right? So,
that's having you with us.
Yep, we definitely appreciate everything and all the love you guys show us. Well, let's talk about what everybody's here for, and that is tonight's game. When last we met, our party had traveled from Exag back to the city of Traft. And for those that have been following the stream for a while, you know that Traft was kind of where the party launched off of their big expedition to reunite the pieces of the Sturgeon Blood Totem. Now, that was early on in their careers. Real world, us in the Streamwise, it's been about 4 years that back when they had started that, and they progressed through various times since then. However, as part of the campaign to reassemble the Sturgeon Blood Totem, and the reason they had to do that is because they wanted to destroy it. The problem is, in order to destroy it, you had to put it back together first. And that caused all kinds of problems because the Sturgeon Blood Totem was historically a rather powerful artifact that was used to subjugate the people of Perrinland by the Urflan sorcerers and wizards of the old world. And so back in history, the Sturgeon Blood Totem was found and destroyed and sort of separated, but then it was discovered that some folks had found bits and pieces of it and were starting to put it back together. So the party decided, why not us? And the story took off, and they managed to reassemble it. And then they were given the choice of either trying to hold the power themselves of the totem or to destroy it. And of course, Nilo, being the one that was bearing the totem at the time, elected to destroy said totem. And all was well in the world, or so they thought. And over the past year of campaigning and adventuring and exploration throughout the land, strange things have been going on. Demonic forces have been possessing people. Creatures not that hadn't been seen for ages are suddenly reappearing. Groups of drow have been sighted coming from the underground. Demonic creatures inhabiting old temples and whatnot. And so the party has come to discover that the Sturgeon Blood Totem, although it was a very powerful artifact in its own right, as far as subjugating people, it also had an effect that apparently, when it was sort of separated, when all that high magic was going on, many of these creatures and whatnot have been put in a, for lack of a better term, in like a stasis. I appreciate that, Paul. Ragnar has a natural 20 that has been donated. Appreciate that, sir.
It was actually Paviskro, and I think it was Lightfoot.
Right.
Your boy's gnome. I forgot his name.
Oh, Hydral.
Those were the Hydral. Yeah. No, not Hydral. The other one.
Oh, Figley.
That was, I knew it had an F.
Yeah,
Figley. Yeah, it was Figley and Paviskro. I'm looking at the party art right now. It's Paviskro and Figley that went to go turn it. Desmond tried to take out the drow, and Ragnar didn't do anything because he was blind and couldn't see a single thing.
Yep. So anyway,
and I think I was like stuck. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yep. So Anyway, Paul's out there dropping nat 20s for everybody, including myself.
boy.
So it looks like we got
Oh, thank
Ragnar,
you.
we got Tarika, so we got Nilo, and of course your humble DM. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that, man.
So everyone got a nat 20 then?
Except AK. AK hasn't gotten
Oh.
one. Anyway, so the party has since discovered that the destruction of that totem also seems to have lifted the high magic that was sort of keeping these ancient creatures and things in a world of stasis or whatever. And most recently, they have just found that there was, well, they did know a while back there was a white dragon that's been sighted living in the Klatspur Mountains, which are along the eastern border of Perrinland. And the party actually encountered said dragon a while back. However, it has been discovered that this dragon is actually, or they believe it to be, a white dragon known as Chillidax. And Chillidax was a storied ancient tale of this old white dragon that once roamed the region, but it was so long ago that none believed that this could be Chillidax. However, the party has discovered that it quite possibly could be Chillidax, and that he may have been one of the ancient creatures that was in stasis that has been relieved. And we're on an ad break. Yay. So, our party has returned to Traft at behest of Nilo's mother because apparently this dragon laid an assault on Kreistrich, which is the party's home base. It's a small mining town to the kind of mostly east, but kind of southeasterly direction from Traft, about a 2 days ride up into the hills. So the party had actually originally come there to begin their adventuring careers, and they ended up getting a little house built for them there, and it was all very happy joy. But apparently this dragon has discovered where the party had lived, and it came looking for them because and you may ask, well, why does this white dragon want them? Well, the dragon stopped them while they were traveling across the mountains and demanded tribute, and so they provided this dragon with several magical items. But apparently, some of those magic items, or all of the magic items really, weren't really magic items, as they had a artificer with them who manufactured a few magical items, and those magical items eventually go away, and now the dragon is upset that the party would dare trick him with those items. And so it found where they were from. It came to Kreistrich and laid it basically, or at least partially, to waste. But fortunately for us and for her, Nilo's mother managed to escape to Traft, got word to Nilo in Exag. The party has since come back, and that is where we are now in Traft. Last session, the party did a lot of investigating. They went and went into the library. They went over to the bard colleges and listened to the bards regale with tales and stuff. Met a rather prominent bard there by the name of Ket Onwal, a half-elf bard who sung a tale of this white dragon. And so the party discussed a little with him, and then they went to the library. They came back to their hotel, or the inn where they now stay, the Argolf Inn, which sits in what's known as the district of Middlestadt here in the city of Traft. And let me zoom out for those that haven't seen. This is Traft, and so they are in Mittelstadt, which means the middle of the middle district, directly across from the large common market within Traft. And so today brings us to, as I said, session 90, as it is the first day of Sunzeb. It is the last month of the season. It is late fall, early winter, common year 586. And as you all awaken and we begin tonight's episode, you can see that as you awake, there is a chill in the air, and looking at your windows, you can see there's actually frost upon the window. It is cold outside. You can actually hear the blustering of the wind as it rattles the shutters of your rooms. The fire does little to stave off the chill in the air, although it does provide a bit of comfort to each of you in your own room. As you awaken, the plan had been to head to Kreistrich to talk to the miners there, because the miners may provide some information or some guesswork as to where in the hills we might be able to find the old white dragon. We believe his name is Chillidax, but the locals call him Fjellvind, meaning foul wind, if you translate that to common. And so you find yourselves all awakening now in your rooms, dressing, preparing for the day, but it looks like it's going to be a rather cold one. What do we want to do?
Well, just my kind of weather.
Yep, it is your kind of weather, sir. Looks to be frigid cold outside. As you can see the frost on the windows. You can see out your window, you can see people huddled in thick, heavy furs and heavy cloaks. Even the horses that are pulling wagons and carriages have heavy blankets tossed across them in order to try to provide some warmth and comfort to these beasts of burden as they move throughout the city. But you guys specifically are all in your individual rooms now. What all do we want to do?
I'm gonna look for some hot breakfast.
Okay.
That's
Cocoa,
heading down to the heading down into the breakfast area.
As you traverse down the stairs, leaving your rooms, closing your doors behind you, the thick padded, carpeted floors help generate, or at least keep the cold out as you move down to the entry where the maitre d's and the inn and those who are like the innkeepers and bellboys and whatnot are down around a large entry area. You can see there's a huge roaring fireplace there. It's always been there, but now it is in full force, as there are several thick logs tossed in there, providing a nice warmth in the entryway. Once again, for those that did not hear the description previously, between the entryway and the foyer, if you will, and the actual dining area, there's a wide open archway door, if you will, doorway, but no sound traverses between the dining area and the entry. There's some sort of a magical sort of a silence spell, if you will, over the doorway, and as you pass through, you immediately begin to hear the clattering of cutlery on plates and bowls and people talking and chattering, and you can already hear people groaning and complaining about the chill that's in the air. It's as you walk past, sitting across in one table, you can see Nilo's mother, Abigail Ranshear, sitting with her consort. Well, not consort, but her accompanied individual. And as you guys sort of walk over, she sort of raises her hand, drawing your attention to her. Should you guys wish to dine with her this morning, I'm assuming Nilo that you're going to.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of room for everybody. But you can just hear people like, "It hasn't been this cold probably 10 years now. That's a bad omen for sure." And comments to that effect of how cold it is and how long it's been since such a bitter snap of cold has hit the region this early in the winter season. Because, as I said, it's more of a really late fall, early winter time. It's kind of like a December type of a time. So, the ending of a November, beginning of a December. But it's a really heavy cold snap, apparently. Just without the precipitation. So you gather yourselves around the breakfast table and are soon served a hot meal of meats and eggs and potatoes, roasted vegetables for those that want it, fresh fruit and drink for those that are indulging as well, whether that be water or wine or some other beverage. Regardless, your breakfast costs 2 pieces of silver for those that partake. So if you're having breakfast, please remove 2 pieces of silver from your character's sheet. Good morning, my dear. I trust that you slept well.
Oh, enough. Just gonna crack some neck a little bit.
You traveled to Kreistrich today?
Possibly
Yes.
tomorrow. There's some research that we want to do further, some contacts we want to make.
What is, may I inquire as to what is delaying you?
We're going to recruit a ranger to research the region. And we want to speak with the mining guild to see if they know of any locations that match some of the descriptions from the various songs and tales about this dragon.
Oh, I see. Well, I am sure if you can find it anywhere, you can find it here in this town, for they have a little bit of everything. The Mining Consortium is probably your best as far as those who may know the mountains and whatnot, although I think most of the mines are found along the edges and the bases of the hills. I don't know of many mines that have ever gone up into the hills. Do you think that you might be able to find anything?
They have records of various prospecting attempts out there, probably. And they would have noted anything weird or strange, of which would easily be what could be taken up as a lair.
Well,
large cavernous spaces would have been noted down, most likely.
As she sort of puts down her fork and gives you a little bit of that motherly stare, and she reaches her hand out and sort of puts her hand on yours, looking right at you. Are you sure you don't want to just come home with me? You can have such a good life there, daughter.
He destroyed my house. Now,
yes,
I don't necessarily want to go fight the dragon.
It destroyed an entire town. What can you and your friends do against such a beast as that?
Well, for one, see if we can figure out a way where it won't attack the town no more. Of course, I can just up and abandon the town of Kreistrich and hope that the dragon never goes back around again.
She sort
That
of
would be
chuckles.
very irresponsible of me.
She sort of chuckles, and as you go to say that, and she kind of raises her eyebrows, says, I know that is not something that you are seriously considering. I watched you grow, and I have yet to see you give up on any task that you put your mind to. I only say that should you seek a less strenuous life, do you know that there is comfort and warmth and love incredible with your family?
Now, I got a bit of a question for you, Sean.
Sure.
Now, the Hundars is a mainly elf family.
Right.
My mother being one of the few exceptions to this, but I was raised within an elf family. How now I, of course, am a half-orc. How rough was the friction between myself and the town?
Oh, I think I would say up until the time that you served in the war, you were a blight on their community because of your orc blood. Maybe
that
not
is always going to be the case.
Maybe not so much the older, but especially those that were younger or around your age. You were a source of enjoyment for the crueler side of the elf pranks and whatnot. It's sort of
so few medical bills.
it probably I would say it because of your exploits in the war and how you served your country in the war and you served with distinction and whatnot. Your family name being what it was, your mother being who she is, you were probably much more accepted later in life, but the scars of the childhood are definitely there.
So we're definitely looking at a lot of fighting, a lot of broken jaws.
I have no doubt that there is a lot of that, and you being on the receiving end of a lot of that, because it was never 1-on-1 ever.
Oh no!
It was always 5-10-on-1.
It was a 5-10-on-1. I'd walk away with a couple bruises and scrapes, and at least one or two of them walk away with broken bones.
Have no doubt that you inflicted your share of damage, but
all right.
The majority of the time, I would say that you probably ended up on the receiving end of a beating.
So after the war, it settled down.
But you probably
turned less.
Well, I'm just going to say you haven't really been home that much.
Open, fair. It would be less open hostility and more the occasional stare at this point.
Right. It's going to be those who might be younger who didn't know you would be giving you the stare. Some of the really older elves who will never forget the conflicts between elves and humanoids. But those that are around your age and those you may have served with, some indeed friends, are still there that you can see, and there's no issues. But yeah, I would say it's definitely tempered since you've gotten older, and as I said, because of your service in the war.
Tempered, but not exactly great.
Yeah, it's still going to be a little bit of tension.
Gotcha. You know, Mother, that the town would never properly accept me. It's been proved, sure. But unfortunately, old habits die hard.
Well, still, you know where your home is. You're always welcome there.
I'll be sure to return home more often.
That would be nice.
What's her charisma?
Not good. My charisma. Yeah, that's definitely not my oh, it's a 10. Oh, that's right. I was pretty average on the others.
Not your mom.
Oh, her charisma. Well, she did a lot of insults, so her charisma. She was one of the better ones at insulting the army, so her charisma should be pretty high.
How does she look? Is she pretty?
Yeah, she's.
It's Tarika's about to hit on my mom.
Well, you said it was cold.
Yes, it is cold. You know, let me, just because, if you would indulge me for just a minute, and I do apologize. I should have probably had this up ahead of time, but give me just a second.
Damn it. Tarika's.
Well, that's,
damn it. Why
you know,
are you doing
you
this?
know how he is.
I know how he is. It's all
Let me
good.
see if I can go tokens.
Shit, being an elf, I was thinking about it myself. So
Yeah.
She is a human.
Yeah. Let me. So, I apologize that I don't have this for the channel, but I can do this.
For Akame, her sister was half elf, and she is a half orc. The mother married into the family, and during a humanoid raid, ended up getting pregnant with Nailo. She was raised in the within an elf family.
I see.
So I just posted a picture of her in the Parentland channel.
I see it.
Yep. So yeah. But anyway, as you are discussing and everybody else's food sort of comes around, I suppose I should just tell you to be careful. Always remember, shield up, sword at the ready. Be prepared for anything. Never let your guard down. Dragons can be wily beasts.
I tell her, don't worry. I'll take care of your daughter.
Her daughter.
As she looks over you, sort of looks down, looks back up, has that motherly kind of look. See that you do, or you and I shall have words, good sir.
She snickered. I was completely snickering at that one.
I go, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh boy.
Yep, I said the same thing. So, breakfast. Other than that, unless anybody else has any discussions or questions or anything that you want to talk about as far as what's going on.
But there's one more thing. She's going to look to Akame and tells him, if I recall, you wanted to visit the Mages Guild here, correct? You were something else you were looking into?
Yes, looking into certain aspects of bells.
Yeah. I can show you where that is at, introduce you, and while you're speaking with them, I can leave and go handle the other matters.
Okay. All right.
So it looks like we'll be heading to the Mages Guild first.
Yep. I guess I should have had my I have to open my City of Traft book because I have a huge dialogue. All right, so we are looking for Guild, Adventurers, Builders, Buckers. I'm just looking for the mages. Not have my magic guild highlighted in this, and it's not letting me search.
The guild was to the mid left. It was around. It was 11, 9, or 12 or something right up in there somewhere.
Yeah, I have my book here, but I'm just going to go to.
Oh, The Wizards College, 11.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep,
I'm
11. It's
doing
the
guild instead of college.
It's the yellow square building.
All right. Yep. So thirds. There we go. Found it. All right. So this is in the Unterklagshof, which is, yes, as you said, it is 11, which is like right here. And so who's all gonna go? Is it just going to be
Well, honestly, there was a couple things I needed. You know what? Tarikas, do you think you and Ragnar can go speak to the dwarves, perhaps?
Yes, we can. Ragnar?
He's not here right now, but okay. Monkey, do you remember what we needed from the dwarves?
Was it information?
So we know that the dragon is living in the mountains to the east of us, east southeast, heading toward Kreistrich. So a dragon needs a relatively large lair, and some of the legends speak that he lives in like a crystalline cavern of some sort. Either way, most ice would break under a weight like that, and it also has to be large. So there's a good chance that while prospecting the mountains, looking for ores and stuff, they might have found notable caverns of an appropriate size or places that they would have stayed away from in the past because it looked like there was something there that they didn't want to mess with.
So basically, we want to look for mapping purposes.
Yes, and then you're going to take that and you're going to find a ranger or some type of pathfinder that can attempt to track that location and see if they can identify the location of the dragon.
Do we need them to go with us though, or just to take us there?
We want them to search the area for it and then meet with us in Kreistrich.
No, but I mean, do we want to hire the ranger for, like, as a party member all the way through, or just to lead us as a tracker?
Undecided at the moment. At the bare minimum, we need to figure out where they're at.
What's my budget?
We got coin.
Okay.
Let's set. Let's set. If it's coming out of, actually, I can't pull it all out of my budget. How much coin do you guys have? Because all of my coin is about to go into an attempt a pacify attempt.
Well, I got 800 gold and 400.
Yeah, 800. Okay, so 800 gold.
I got 800 platinum. My bad.
Oh, 800 platinum. Okay, that's solid. Okay,
just a slight difference.
Yeah. Be reasonable. Don't let them overcharge you. But they also are looking for a dragon, so they would expect a lot more.
Yep.
Sean, is there a check one of us can make to determine the appropriate amount, like a good average for how much a scout would charge to search areas for a dragon if we already give them a map with the marked locations to focus on?
Yeah, you can do that. Just give me a
history or something, right?
Not history.
It wouldn't be history. I'm thinking more along the lines of an insight check.
Insight.
So your intuition tells you this is about how much it should cost. This is what most like a hireling costs X number of coin a day plus food and all this other stuff and blah blah blah.
I will assist Tarikas as we brainstorm an appropriate number for this.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, wouldn't investigation work for that as well?
Yeah, but I mean,
you're trying to find a price out amongst people. You're talking investigating, and
well, that's just what I'm saying is if you're going, and it's a different. You're right, but in this case, they're just kind of talking amongst each other. How much do we think it would cost, as opposed to going out and you're talking to this guy and he says, I'll charge you 100 gold pieces per day. And this guy says, well, I'll do it for 50. And this guy says, well, I'll do it for 100 a week or whatever. You know what I mean? And correct. So in this case, this case, it's amongst yourselves kind of thinking, based on my past experience and stuff, I figure it's going to cost this. And it's kind of a hunch. It's an intuition to me. And then so I will assist, you can work from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just asking ChatGPT. It was saying investigation or history.
ChatGPT doesn't know what it's talking about. For me, it's an intuition. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So roll that at advantage with my help.
Okay. Like now?
Yeah. Yeah. Insight.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that 20.
I didn't see nothing.
I saw it. At least it wasn't a 1.
Nice. So you probably figure that a hireling is a normal like henchman hireling is probably about 5 to 10 gold pieces per month, right? A specialist that you're taking with you to be a tracker or something along those lines might be a little more, like maybe 20 gold a month or something like that. This, however, is a different animal in that you're sending them off on their own to do research or searching and whatnot, and then kind of come back and tell you. So you probably figure that's going to be more of a flat fee with maybe a bonus if they can give you specifics or something like that. But you're probably looking at maybe 100 gold to hire somebody to go out, because you don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
Right. The mountains by horseback are a 4-day to a 5-day ride. Now you're talking going through the mountains and trying to survey and research and stuff like that. So,
and they will have places to look from the
right
consortium, but yeah.
Yep, I get you.
Okay.
So probably about
150.
Yeah, somewhere in there probably is best bet. Then of course they're going to need to know, hey, what kind of information you want. You just want to say, hey, I found the lair, or do you want more along the lines as, hey, looking up in the mountains, it looks like these couple of places would be best suited for hiding a dragon, or like, okay. You know what I mean? Plus, where are they going to meet you? They coming back here to Traft to find you, or
go to Kreistrich.
Okay.
Okay, so she's going to tell Tarikas, your budget is 100. Shoot for 100. Don't go over 200. If they find the dragons there, they get a bonus. Otherwise, just a couple spots that look highly likely. And make sure you get to the consortium first with a map of possible locations that it could be in to give to them. Give them a little bit of a direction to go into so they're not wandering blindly.
All right, so give them a map, you said?
So the consortium will likely have a registry of places that they found that either had unique features, like a large caverns or hints of excessive danger, which they would have either found nothing or avoided. See if you can get that information from the mining consortium, and then take that to the scout, and have them search that area. And after they're finished, they can meet us in Kreistrich, and we'll give them a bonus if they actually manage to find if they're able to find a confirmation of the dragon's lair.
Okay. So.
Okay. So we will begin with our two heroes, Nilo and AK.
We are headed to the Mage's Guild.
As you guys put Ragnar on the map. As you guys move your way across the town, it's about 10 o'clock or so in the morning. It's early morning, and sure enough, as you guys leave the Argolf Inn and step out into the bitter cold, it is bitter cold. There's not even a strong wind blowing, but just that little wind bites through you. AK, you feel a little more at ease in the cold, but even you realize that without
it's not natural.
Well, it's a natural cold, but it is super cold. That light breeze blowing, you realize that were you not accustomed to working with cold and having the cold weather gear, that you could easily succumb to frostbite even in town, walking across. That's how cold. It's roughly around 5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature outside right now. And with the light,
walking around with a heavy fur cloak this time.
Yep. But you guys soon find yourselves at the College of Wizardry. As you enter into the entryway, you are greeted by a young girl, perhaps 18 or 19 years of age. She has typical, more like acolyte kind of, or aspirant type of dress on, a flowing sort of burlap colored robes with a simple sash tied about her waist. She has a book of some sort, a ledger that she carries with her, and she greets you at the front. Greetings, travelers. I am aspirant Medea. May I be of some assistance in guiding your path today in our establishment?
I'm in search of some advice and knowledge.
Oh, we do have the best library in Perrinland. I can give you directions there. I'm sure that you can find just about anything knowledge-wise that you seek. We here are but a college for teaching and for learning. I am not sure that, unless you are planning to enroll here as a student, is this case?
Not at this time, but is there a head librarian that might be able to direct me to some resources that I may learn from?
Oh, unfortunately, resources are for those members of the college only.
What was the guy's name that we worked with last time?
Oh, the one of the senior.
Yeah.
One of the senior members of the guild was his Master Mebranauer, Mebranauer. Mebranauer.
Did he give us or me anything that I could use for access, like what would essentially be a special guest key card? No,
because you guys had just met with him, and then he definitely did the teleport stuff for you guys. But
he helped us out with the tome a lot. She'll speak up. Is there a chance we can have a quick word with Master Mebernow.
Her eyes kind of cock. You are friends of Master Mebernow?
Acquaintances. We worked together on a job a couple months back.
Oh, I see. Well, if that is the case, please wait here. And she escorts you guys over to the entry, and there's a small little divan or a couple of divans, very plush seating and whatnot. As everywhere else you've noted here so far, a fireplace is roaring. You can see that there are torches lining the areas, but they're not really torches. They're literally like big sticks of wood with glowing tips on them that shine light, as if they were like an ever-burning torch, like a continual light cast upon, and it sheds a rather luminescent, bright light on this whole foyer. She steps away, goes over back to her desk. You can see her whispering something to herself. A moment later, she sort of nods and then immediately walks back over to you. Master Mebernow will send Jacob down to fetch you. He is in his study, and he says that he will receive you shortly. So please, may I provide you any refreshments while you wait?
Oh, small glass of wine.
Very good. And
I am fine. I just got finished with my breakfast.
And she once again mutters something under her breath that you don't quite catch, and you watch as this platter of silver, ornate, very fine, with a single glass goblet of wine sitting upon it, floats across the room, and you realize it's not actually floating, it's being carried by a almost invisible, but sort of an outline of a blobby human shape as it sort of moves over, and it comes to rest in front of you, allowing you to grasp the goblet.
I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to find me a seat that is far enough away from the fires where it's a little bit cooler.
Okay.
Sit down.
And as you do that, you watch as the invisible figure as well as the platter begin to disappear down a hallway and around a corner from whence they originally came.
Nyla will join him when he leaves.
Okay. As you sit, it's only maybe 10 minutes, give or take, that you guys are waiting. But you see a young boy approaching. He's just wearing like a tunic and a pair of trousers tied with a simple belt, sandals on his feet, hair kind of unkempt and raggedy, brown hair, brown eyes, maybe 13, 14. But he has some of the longest fingers you've seen. It's kind of like a dog hasn't grown into its paws yet. He has these sort of long fingers for someone as young as he is, and he's got his fingers clasped as he moves quickly up to you, gives a slight bow. Madam, you and good sir are here to see Master Mebernow?
Yes. Is he
Very
ready?
well. Yes, please follow me. And you guys are escorted through the entry into some of the main hallways leading to the interior of the college itself. The first floor, you can see several doors leading into what are probably collegiate rooms of learning of some kind. You hear the occasional and screams and laughter coming from behind as AK, you recall back in the days of your own study, misfires of spells and whatnot, and the laughter that ensued. It's as all this sort of begins to flow back into your mind, bringing you back a slight reverie of back in the day. But you are led to the third floor of this 5-story edifice of college, and led down a thick carpeted hall that you are familiar with, Nilo, having been here in this very place before. And eventually you come to the office of Corvin Mebernauer, one of the senior professors, if you will, for lack of a better term, of the College of Wizardry here in the city of Traft. AK, you've never met Master Mebernauer before. He is probably in his late 50s, early 60s, exceedingly balding. His hair seems to be whiter than it should for a man his age. His skin is leathered and wrinkled as if someone has spent much of his life in the outdoors, much like maybe a ranger would, or somebody working a farm might, having that kind of a leathery kind of a complexion, although it's not really tanned. It's kind of an off-white kind of leathery, if you will. Okay. And he is wearing the silver and blue robes of the college that indicates him to be a master of the various schools of learning here. It's very similar to some of the colorings you've seen in your day, maybe a little bit different, but for the most part, he has that air of authority about him as he sort of stands. The one thing that does stand out about him is his bright blue eyes, very piercing and very sharp. So though his body may look a little more frail, you can tell that his mind is anything but. He gives a slight smile and a nod.
I give a slight bow and say, Master Mebernauer, thank you for seeing us.
Of course. Your companion, Nilo, has... we have history together, as she has done much to alleviate the worries that myself and many of our other masters of the arts may have held.
Unfortunately, we only created more issue.
He sort of nods, kind of cocks his head. Oh, this is most unfortunate news. Please sit. As you sit, and he goes to a little bookshelf off to the side, and therein has a tray of liqueurs, and he grabs those and brings them over and sets them on the little coffee table that sits amongst several high-backed cushioned chairs. As he sort of sinks himself in, waves his hand to the drinks to allow you guys to pour snifters of liquor as you might, as he grabs a pipe and begins to pack it with tobacco. So, I am ready. Please, do tell what you know and why we should be worried.
Well, give me a moment of calm. I know we came here for you, but...
That's okay.
Unfortunately, the totem that we destroyed...
The sturgeon blood.
More than just... Yes, it was a bit more than just an oversized rod of domination and whatnot. There was also a key to a large variety of prison cells throughout Parentland. She pinches her brow as she speaks.
He just sort of cocks his head. Prison cells. I don't understand.
That's the easiest way for me to explain. So, we met Sturgeon, or at least an echo of him.
His eyes kind of widen.
When we destroyed the totem. And he mentioned to us that by destroying the totem, we will release things that have been kept locked away.
And that you still destroyed it?
Well, it's together.
Why did you not bring it here? If you just... Putting it together, I understand, but if the individual, whether the individual or an echo or whatever it is you say, his shade tells you that it will release other things, why would you then destroy it? Why would you not? I don't understand why you would not bring it back.
At the time we weighed the potential release, what could potentially be released versus the danger of this thing now in one piece could cause. I, for one, was for the idea of just walking several days out into the middle of the woods and burying one of the heads and never have to look at it again. But we decided to destroy it because we in our infinite wisdom, the impact that the totem being together could cause versus what could potentially be released. Well, most of what was released was simply fairy tales, things that as to the best of our knowledge never even existed.
Okay.
Now we got drow and drow running around. Potentially some things from Igwe?
Igwilv.
Potentially things from Igwilf, vampire lords that have been sleeping for centuries.
You can see him beginning to sort of sink into his seat as he lights his tobacco and takes a deep draft.
And potentially a particular white dragon.
As he coughs. Are you saying that the beast that has been haunting the Klatspurs is from the sturgeon blood?
Well, considering that it was after the tome was destroyed that it showed up, and it seems to match a lot of similarities with a particular one from history. Possibly.
What dragon from history does this resemble?
Chillidax.
Chillidax. This name is not known to me. How do we know that?
She'll pull out the notes that she has on Chillidax.
Okay.
She was researching. She would have taken notes and presents them to him. You can browse through these if you like. All this information comes from the library and Ket Onwall's stories.
I love his stories, but his
They
are
are good,
exaggerations and embellishments.
of course, but there's always truth within.
Most of the legends and folklore do have some sort of root in truth. I do readily acknowledge that. So you're saying that this Chillidax, this white dragon, was in a prison locked behind by the key that was the sturgeon blood totem, and by destroying this totem, you have, and he looks right at you, Nyla, when he says, you have released. And he sort of, his eyes kind of,
hunch, correct.
His eyes kind of linger on you like, yeah, this is your fault, not mine. I'm not taking, I'm not taking the fault for you.
No, she's not here to blame him. In fact, she says it caused more problems. Her eyes are straight. No, she is not throwing no shade around. It's like, that's what our hunch is. That's what looks like we did.
And then that leads me to my little predicament.
As he looks over.
My friend Nilo doesn't know this, but I have a strange affliction that doesn't allow me to do any kind of fire magic. When I do fire, it becomes ice.
This is odd, to say the least.
Have you ever seen anything like it before?
As he just kind of looks and thinks a little bit. He stands up and he goes over to his bookshelf and sort of pulls out a couple books here and a couple there. There have been cases that, not to this extreme, however, there have been those who go to cast magic, and no matter the detail or the intricacy of what they were casting or the simplicity of it, somehow, some way, the weave just manages to contort itself just enough to then completely change the magic, the effect that the caster was aiming for. And as an example, I have seen one time the simplest of a magical missile spell being cast, and as the spell was woven and the arcane bolts blasted from the fingertips of the adept, something twisted and they became spaghetti noodles, only to splat into a person's face as opposed to striking them with the force of the magical bolt. So while yours is a specific case, I have seen we tend to call these wild magic effects. I am not sure if you have heard of this term before or not, but yours, it seems to be a little more specific. Instead of a random effect of energy, it seems that yours is a specific that for some reason is avoiding the internal heat of fire. Are you from this plane? You have the look of elf about you, but are you true Fae, perhaps from the Fae world? So perhaps there is something in your blood that rejects anything of fire because that represents the hells and the abysses.
I do not know. I need to research more and try to figure it out. I can't even cast a simple firebolt without it turning into an ice ball.
But however,
What
it
about other
doesn't turn into spaghetti, so I suppose that is good news, as he sort of chuckles and draws on his pipe.
With the side effect that we're looking for a white dragon.
Oh, I see your point. Yes. Perhaps might I suggest lots of oil with a torch. Perhaps you can artificially create a ball of fire that way.
What about other elements like lightning?
Seem to have no issue with those.
Oh, it's only fire.
Anything fire. And it's also probably one of our reasons why I prefer the chill to the fire. I just feel more comfortable.
Well, if you had the time, we could certainly bring in our best sages and casters, and we could do tests and investigations into your blood, into your spirit, into really everything about you. But it would take several months, I'm afraid. If you have the time, of course, we would be more than willing to aid you in this, because it would aid our research as well.
Not at this time,
Definitely.
unfortunately, but it will definitely be something in the future.
So all I could suggest is perhaps there could be some sort of mental exercise that you might be able to apply as part of your study and your casting, so that you're able, through force of will, or perhaps there's even a special diet or something that you might be able to partake in that would aid you in overcoming this strange malady that you speak about.
Maybe I should hunt some fire beetles down and eat their glands.
See, you laugh. However, there could be concoctions that are able to be created that will aid in the suppression of this cold gene, or this cold blood that you have, that overcomes it, at least to the extent where you're able to control the effects of your spells. It may be something that you can cure, or it might be just a temporary remedy, as any medicine might be.
Can I roll some type of skill check? So when I was in the when I was served in the Bitter Pass, I was an avid worshiper of was it no, not Bill. What was their name?
Or what? Sorry.
Barob. There we go.
Who?
Barob. I was an avid worshiper of Barob, the wizard god.
Oh, Bokob.
Arcane god. Bokob, that was it. I just found it. And there is a possibility that I might have seen stuff similar in some capacity, or heard about things while in that influence. Is there a roll I can make for that? I expect the DC to be very high, but even if there's a shot at it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a, go ahead and give me an Arcana check, please. Ooh, 18. You, as you're sort of thinking, nothing like this, but you do know that there was an individual that you served with, although not in your particular company. He served with a lot of the Arcanists because they had their own sort of squad. Usually the Arcanists had their own squad, but then they were split up, and like one wizard or sorcerer or whoever would go with this battalion or division or whatever. And you remember there was one who was very, very nervous and jittery all the time. He just could never calm himself down, and it really affected a lot of his spells in an adverse way. Much like Master Mebernauer mentioned about wild magic and wild effects happening. It was very much like that, but his would be like his spells would just fizzle because he'd be so nervous and he would just mumble. But he actually worked with some apothecaries and came up with a potion that actually focused his mind to the point where it didn't happen. And so he used to carry a few of these potions with him. And when you guys began to go into combat, he'd take that potion because it would literally give him the ability to laser focus on what he was doing. And so his spells didn't just go popping off left and right or fizzling. And so that's the kind of the closest you could come to of that sort of
got it. Okay, I can work with
fix,
that.
if you will.
I vaguely remember an arcanist from the Bitter Pass. He was so chaotic and hyperactive he couldn't focus on his casting for more than a couple seconds. Always misfiring and spells just fizzling off to nothing.
Mm.
When he did,
yes, there are many of our young wizards encounter this, but over time, as they gain experience and knowledge and proficiency, that jitteriness that you speak of goes away.
The alchemists in the at the pass came up with a remedy for that. It calmed him down enough, and he was able to suddenly cast exceptionally well. Now he was able to focus on his chant.
Hmm. And this was good for him, then I take it?
Oh yeah, worked very well when he was able to create spells that decimated swaths of the humanoids that came across at us.
Right.
Is there a chance that somewhere?
Oh, you would have to go to speak with an apothecary, my friend. That is beyond my ken.
I was hoping it might have been a record of it here, considering it was forecaster. Oh well. Any advice for white dragons?
My my recommendation is just don't.
No.
To be honest with you, it's just
No.
don't. Eventually, dragons are notorious for going to sleep and sleeping for many, many, many years. Perhaps the president will send some of the troops from Schwartz and Bruin to handle the deed. But
Well-
my friend, my recommendation is white dragons may not be very smart, but they are vicious, evil, and they are very uncanny.
Do you remember Pavisro at all? He was the artificer that
Of
was with us.
course. Of course.
Yeah. He gave this dragon several fake magic items as part of the toll that we had to pay them.
As his eyes sort of sink, and these items now are
She has a deadpan
No,
look on her face
as
too as
no-
she says this.
as these items, I take it, are no longer magical, and now the dragon wants to know why. I see your dilemma.
Yes, that is why Kreistrich, which is where my home was attacked, and my party and I are now responsible for several deaths there because he's pissed at our group, specifically Pavisro, but he doesn't know that. I hope to attempt to parlay with them, pay what is due, and avoid any further madness out of this.
As he sort of shakes his head, he walks over back to where the bookshelves are around on the back side of his desk, and it's got a bunch of old books with paper stuffed in it and whatnot, and he's like, I know I have it here somewhere. Oh, yes. And he pulls out 2 sheafs of paper, and he hands them to you. He goes, first, I recommend that you go see the Weed and the Brew. Tell Egmont that I sent you. Finest potion maker in the city. You will find no finer than he, and perhaps he will have something there that will aid you in your journey. But I give you this only because I have no need for it, and I believe that you will die without it. And he hands you 2 scrolls. Both of them are resist elements. When you cast the spell, you can choose what attack type you wish to resist, right? So it can be fire or cold.
I have that.
Yep. So you have 2 scrolls.
I have endure element.
Yes,
yeah.
that's essentially what it is, endure element. So essentially,
this one halves the damage though.
It gives resistance to it, right? So
okay, yep,
yeah. So it's just like endure, right? So essentially, it's 2 scrolls of endure elements.
I very much appreciate this, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, my friend. I just hope that this is not the last time that I am going to see you.
Honestly, I kind of hope it is. That I don't have to come see you again.
Okay. He sort of chuckles. He sort of chuckles and says, blows a ring of smoke and says, I believe that is a fair assessment.
Okay. Let's see. Milo
so
can take a second frost dragon to the face.
I truly plan to return.
Don't let me forget, but I will drop those scrolls on your character sheet when I get a chance. But
right.
So each one of you gets one. It's not 2 for Nilo. It's each one of you gets a scroll of endure elements. So you can take the opportunity if you want to spend. What's the level spell of endure elements? I think it's a. Can't remember. It's a first.
I cannot learn that magic and put them in a book. I am not a wizard.
I know you can't, but I'm just wondering what level it is because AK
you
can.
said resist element.
Dude, look up endure elements. It's.
Oh, okay.
I
have absorb elements.
Okay, whichever spell it is that lets you take half damage from from whatever.
Let's see.
If there isn't one that's endure or resistance or whatever it is.
It's only absorb element at level 1.
All right, sorry, I apologize. I probably should have looked this up ahead of time, but
let me look further. Just straight up in the actual book itself.
There is a cantrip called resistance.
Is that's not it?
You touch a willing creature and choose the damage type: acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, piercing, poison, radiant, slashing, or thunder. When the creature takes damage of the chosen type before the spell ends, it reduces the total damage taken by 1d4. However, I am going to say that this is a level 1 version of the spell, and it when you take the damage, and it's only good for the first time the damage hits you. You only take half damage. It's kind of like evasion, in the sense that if you make your save, you take no damage, but if you fail your save, you take half damage. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
But it's a resistance, right? So essentially, you cast it on you, pick what type of energy you want it to block, and then when you get hit with that type of energy, you make a saving throw. If you pass your saving throw, you take in this case, what you're saying on the absorb elements is that it takes a certain amount of damage before it goes away.
So this one here just gives you resistance to that damage type.
Let's see. All right, so this may be what I'm thinking of then. Spell capture somebody incoming.
The difference with this one is that the damage is then applied to my weapon. Which was remember the volcano? How I kept having to throw my weapons down.
Okay. Yep. All right. So we'll do that. We'll do this one then. We'll call these 2 scrolls of absorb elements.
Okay.
So that'll make it easier. I was thinking there was a resistance one out there that did what I said, but it didn't. It's only the cantrip. I
think so too, but apparently
that's fine.
Not.
That's fine. So these are 2 scrolls of absorb elements, which is a first level spell, right?
Yes.
It is a first level spell, right? It's not an ability.
Yes, it is first level.
Okay.
It is first level, yeah.
All right. So in that case, AK, it is 200 gold pieces per spell level for you to get the materials, to get the proper ink, to copy a scroll into your spell book. So you have the option of just using this as a scroll. If you don't already have the spell, though, you can get it copied into your spell book, but it'll cost 200 gold to do so.
All right, I'm going to end up deducting the 200 gold.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do that.
I will give him one of the scrolls, but Akame, you're welcome to copy one of these down. But if you do, please make a couple extras.
You can't.
So we have them on hand.
So
because once he has in his book, he can make scrolls himself.
Well, that's fair, but it's still going to be 200 gold per.
Oh yeah.
Each one that you make.
Yeah, I can technically make scrolls of this too, but anyway, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. As you guys depart, I'm going to move back now to Ragnar and Tarikas. Since Ragnar's not here, I shall play the part of Ragnar.
What?
Huh? How about what? All right. Hey, Cardman. What's up, my brother? Man, got all these new folks out there. Kayla. Where did we get?
Threw me off. I thought you were about to say Kaylee. My Kaylee's not new.
No. So I got Kayla out there. Looks like Kayla at what time is cheered. Man, been a while. I'm just looking. It's like I look at people and I'm like, oh, nice. Very cool. All right. I am like completely like, now I'm all like, I should never read chat because I start reading chat and I get sidetracked. Anyway, Cardman, appreciate you being here. Everybody else, appreciate you guys being here. I do apologize that I was not looking at chat, but now let's get back to it. So, going back in time about 2 hours now, we are back to around 10 o'clock or so, as Charikas, you and Ragnar go to step out of the Argolf Inn. You guys are like directly across the street from the marketplace. You exit the building and are immediately hit not by a blasted breeze, but like this almost like instant cold. As you walk out, your armor begins to like get extremely cold, even with the thick under padding that you have and the outer gear. The tips of your ears begin to freeze slightly. It's like I said, it's like between 0 and maybe 5 to 10 degrees tops outside as you exit. You are looking for, I'm assuming, well, you tell me, what are you going to look for and where do you want to look?
Let's ask Ragnar. Ragnar, we're supposed to find some mining something with a C that has information about the oh darn it.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was the mining place where they do all
Yeah, we were gonna probably want to go to the Traft Mining Consortium. They're the ones that control pretty much all of the mining in this region. So probably gonna want to talk to them. But didn't Nilo want us to find a ranger or something to go?
Well, he did, but he wanted us to go and find that first so we could have that as an option.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Have the information. Weren't you paying attention?
Well, yeah. I couldn't really see anything. I kind of heard. So I guess. Well,
it's always me that they pick on. I don't understand.
That's because you must be the smart one. I guess. I don't know.
Sharp as a bully ball. Come on.
All right. So as you exit out the Argolf Inn, you guys are in what's known as Middlestadt. So this whole region in the center of town here is known as Middlestadt. However, down on this area of town, which is known as Traftstadt, right? This is kind of like your everyday folks, your workers and stuff like that. But the Traft Mining Consortium has their own sort of small complex of buildings over here in Traftstadt. And of course, Ragnar knows where it's at, him being a dwarf. So
been there a few times with me.
As you guys move through the town, he sort of leads you on the way into this area, into the Traft Mining Consortium. The Mining Consortium itself is several buildings in a complex, about 3 stories high. But the other half of the consortium, as Ragnar explains to you, they do have smelting places down by the docks. They tend to keep them down there because of the smell, mixes with the fish. And folks up here in the city itself, the city proper, aren't really fond of the smell of smelting rock and the sulfurous odors and whatnot that are given off. But you find yourselves at the main offices of the mining consortium, and as you enter in, you can see it is heavily dwarf populated, although there are many humans and a few gnomes hereabouts. But there is a waiting line as you stand, and you can see that there's like this railed off area. Almost, we have roped off areas, like you stand in line in a roped off. They don't have roped. It's all built wood railings, much like in a theme park as you're walking and going back and forth in a snake shape. But there's a line to be stood in, and you guys are in line for probably 35, maybe 40 minutes before it's your turn, up at the front of the line. And you can see that there's a counter with several partitioned off attendants, and there's one dwarven attendant at each station with like 5 stations across the front. And as you stand in line, you watch as the person that was ahead of you finishes up their business task, whatever it may be, gets a sheaf of paper returned from the dwarf behind the counter, and then you hear a next. Come over to booth number 4, please. And Ragnar, of course, leads you over to this counter, and sitting behind you can see this an older dwarf, has some gray streaking through his normally reddish brown hair. He has a thick, long beard, as most dwarfs are wont to. He's kind of pudgy, even for a dwarf, obviously, and attest to his sedentary lifestyle and his job. As he looks down upon you from his higher seat, looking down, even you, Tarikas, being tall, he sits on a chair that actually kind of looks down, and he sees Ragnar down there and goes, "Brother, so what can the Mining Consortium of Traft do for you good lads today?"
We need to see about getting some maps, perhaps, explored areas, information on the whereabouts of safe travel, where the, shall I say, white dragon stays.
He looks down and goes, we're a mining consortium, sir. We have nothing to do with beasts like dragons and whatnot. I have no idea why you would think that we would have a map to show you where a dragon be.
Well, it's not where the dragon be. I'd figure you live here. You know of the dragon. I don't know what the location is called.
Of course we know of a dragon. We've heard the rumors and the words of the white beast of the north, but why would you think we would have a map to where this dragon is?
We don't need a map to it. We just need the area of where he lives. You do know that, right?
He lives in the mountains, the Klatsputters, we're assuming, or perhaps he flies down way from the north, the land of black
let's
ice.
start with square one, the Platturds.
The Klatspurs.
Yes, the Platspurs. Sorry, it's my accent. Let's start there. Let's looking for any information or mining information that has happened there, and perhaps maybe, you know, information on which mining tunnels are the safe way in and which ones to avoid, perhaps, and reasoning on why to avoid them. That kind of information.
Cartographical research is very, very limited to only those who have a need to know about the information, sir. Those mining expeditions that go out and do the research and come back with their geological surveys, that's all kept under lock and key. And in fact, I can tell you there are a number of magical words placed upon them as well, so that no rival mining businesses may have access to the regions what we have surveyed. So I'm sorry, I just cannot give out such information. You're going to have to file a writ petition with the consortium magistrates to see if they'll be willing to grant you any sort of access. But I cannot just give that to you, sir.
I take out 9 platinum and I slam him right on the desk.
He looks and goes, "Oh, I see that you speak dwarf. Well, let me tell you in common tongue.
I say, wait. I don't speak just dwarf. I speak fast dwarf, not slow dwarf."
As he looks down and goes, I can appreciate your desire to have access to our geological survey, sir, but I am sorry. I am not going to be put to the stake for the mere cost of you paying me what's essentially turns out to be 5 gold coins. I am not putting my life nor my family's life on line. You,
I'm glad you mentioned that.
as he pulls out a sheaf of paper and leans over to hand it to you, and there you can see that it is an application for reviewing or access to review a geological survey, and then you have to put in all the information about what region that you want to see any geological surveys on, and then that gets passed up to AK, don't put anything new on your sheet. Let me drop it on for you.
Well, I'm sorry. I was just checking things, trying to
you're
find
good.
it. Don't worry about it.
No, you're good, man. I just want to make sure, because whenever, if the problem is if you guys put custom stuff on there, the next time that I sync with D&D Beyond, then
kicks it all out.
It erases everything that you did. So your best bet is to go to D&D Beyond and add that spell on D&D Beyond.
I did. I was looking for it over here, but that's okay.
Yep.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yep. So anyway, as he looks and he's like, the best I can do for you, sir, I'm sorry. I can't take your money, and I won't take your money, and I won't break the law, particularly the law of the consortium. You fill out this sheaf here, you return it.
I interrupt him as he's talking.
Yep.
And I say, yeah, I understand all this. Yes, I do. And I say, but it's funny that you mentioned you value your life and your family's life. Well, and I don't say it in a threatening way, but I say it, let me just say this. Do you like this area and its harmony?
Of course. Traft is a beautiful city.
And I agree. I've only been here a few, but I have information to let you know that if I do not get a hold of this information rapidly, you all might have a visitor coming that may disrupt this harmony. And I won't say it's a white dragon, but let's just say it's not a white dragon, or it's not a black dragon. And I cannot divulge my information or my informants of where I've retrieved this information. But
my good sir.
And I double the platinum.
My
and
good
I have
sir.
on there, and I say, and as you can see, and I show him I don't know if he knows the lore of my god, but I say, I'm a man of my word, and I serve a god that has a reputation of its followers being
hard-headed and knocking people in the heads with cudgels.
No, of being a one who fights for those who need help and in a kindly.
You see him sort
way.
of. You see him eyeing the coins before you, and he sort of, his shoulders droop a little. He goes, I can understand your concern for the city, my family, for other good folk, but I am telling you, my friend, I do not have access to allow you or grant you access. I do not have the keys. I do not have the ability to bypass the wards that protect our surveys. I am going to have to ask you to fill this form out. The best that I can do for you is ensure that it is expedited to the magistrates, and perhaps by the morrow we can have word for you that you might be able to access, or whether it's approved or denied. But unfortunately, I myself do not have access to what it is that you seek. So your best course of action, other than going to look yourself in the mountains, is to fill this form out. Allow me to submit it right now so that it is expedited, so that by tomorrow you can have your answer. But unfortunately, I am sorry. This is the best that I can do.
I want to speak to your supervisor.
Oh my God.
No, just playing. So I just say basically, very well, I will fill this out. But
as you grab the paper, you see his hand slowly moving toward the platinum coins, like he's going to go ahead and accept your tribute. But you see him well before he can reach out to the coins. But you see him, his hand has just slowly been like, his fingers have been strumming lightly on the desktop as his arm sort of moves closer and closer to the 2 platinum coins that are sitting on the desk.
And I put the application over the coins.
Okay, and then he just sort of stops, glances up in your direction with a, yeah, well, I tried.
I fill it out, and I push the paper toward him with the coins underneath. And
he sort of,
I say, I hope this really expedites the situation, and I certainly hope I will go now and have good memories in this town and enjoy.
As he sort of takes the paper and he takes the 2 coins and he goes, you know, it is still early in the day, sir. Perhaps if you would be willing to wait in our waiting area, I can go see if I might be able to get this extra super duper expedited. And perhaps I can get you an immediate decision on this.
That would be most.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Okay. Oops. Persuasion. With advantage?
Yes. As he takes it and he leaves, and you guys are. He sort of points over to where the waiting area is. It's essentially where you guys came in. There's a little offshoot room with some chairs and other like tables and stuff in there. They're kind of like a doctor's waiting room. You're there for maybe 30 minutes tops when you hear a voice calling from back out. Good sirs, Mr. Tarikas, are you still here? Mr. Tarikas, please come to counter number 4, please.
And I go, Ragnar, that's us.
As Ragnar sort of starts awake. Huh? Well, is it time to go already? And he wipes the drool coming down off of his mouth and joins you as you both return to counter 4. You can see that the dwarf has returned, and he has a half smile on his face as he slides your application form back to you, and at the bottom is a stamp that says approved with a signature on it. Unfortunately, I can't get to you right now. However, you do have an appointment to come back here to see our archivist, and they will see you today at 4 p.m. So if you will come back just before sundown. The building here closes at 6, so you will have plenty of time to meet the archivist, and they can take you to show you what it is you're needing. But we thank you for your generous donation to our local group membership here, our union of mine folk. And so, yeah, come back here, show that paper when you return today for your appointment, and you'll be taken to the archives.
Very well, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And I asked Ragnar, I think we should just sit here and wait.
How long is it until that point?
About 4 hours.
That'd be a good time for you to meet up with the 2 of them.
Yeah, I think we need to go. We need to go tell Nilo and AK what's going on. Maybe we can all come back, or we can at least can we get something to eat? It's like midday, and we haven't eaten in 4 hours.
You go tell them, and I will wait here just to be on the safe side. This meeting is too important to miss.
All right. As he goes to depart, we return ourselves now to AK and Nilo. What is it that you guys wish to do?
So the dragon asked, if I recall correctly, it's been a while, a payment of one magical item. If I recall, like health potions were acceptable for this,
Right.
or a set amount of gold coin per person. How much was the amount of gold that they demanded?
I think it was I don't know, but I'm going to say 500. So
500. Okay. All right. So I know that they were handed a couple like proper magical items. I don't remember what those magical items were though,
Right.
and how much. But I believe Kreistrich used all 4 of his tinker items in order to help pay.
He did.
How many was in our party at the time? Was it 5 or 6?
5. It was 5.
5. Okay. I am now going to attempt to get. Okay, so I need to get 5, 4, 2,000. All right. I'm going to purchase 3,000 coin of potions.
How much?
Healing. 3,000 coin worth of potions. I'm going to do a 60-40 split of healing potions. And
where are you going to get these from?
I figured Traft has shops that sell healing potions at the bare minimum.
Oh, I'm sure
it's
that
a larger city. It's a port city.
Oh, I'm sure there are, but that many? How many does that work out to be?
That is actually a good point.
Healing potions are like 50 gold.
50 gold a piece. Okay. It may be better just to have it done up as gold. If that's the case, I'll trade out 3,000 gold coins as just outright ingots.
No, I mean, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying, is like, if you're saying that you want to buy.
Well, the whole point is like, if there's a chance I can parlay with this dragon and not fight it, I would like to attempt that.
Okay.
And I want to have prepared slightly more than what was paid, than what is owed, just in case.
Okay. Yeah, so a potion of healing is 50 gold. A greater healing is 100 gold. Superior is 500 gold, and supreme is 5,000 gold.
Okay. Can I get any of the higher tier ones here at all?
You're gonna have to go search for it.
Okay. Well, and let's go search for it first.
And your the Weed and the Brew is what Merbenauer recommended. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go there first.
All right. The Weed and the Brew. The Weed and the Brew is actually a small little shop just down the street from the college itself. It sits on one of the main roads or one of the side roads of Middlestadt. It's close over to the Forest Walk. It sort of sits like right near the corner of the Forest Walk. So as you guys head your way over there, inside, when you get there, you can see that the place is it's not huge, but it sits in a whole complex of various shops and whatnot that sort of sit around. You can see that there's like a little trading post over there. There is a place known as the Hammer and the Anvil that you can hear the clanking of metal on metal as a coming from inside the shops. So you know that there's probably some sort of a blacksmith or armorer or something working in there. There is a rather looks like it's doing a really well business. A small little tavern called the Golden Pfennig. Pfennig is sort of an old German term for penny, but it's called the Golden Pfennig. Looks like it's doing fairly well. But anyway, you find yourself at this place known as the Weed and Brew, sort of a apothecary alchemist, kind of a combo shop, if you will. And as you enter in, you can see it is a well-appointed shop, many vials and potions and whatnot lining the various walls. There is a individual standing toward the back chatting with a customer. He is dressed in a white top with long sleeves tied at the wrist. He has a black vest over it. He has a sort of a medium brown pair of trousers, and he has what looks to be leather shoes, if you will, more like slipper type shoes on his feet. His hair is very well done. He has it hangs long and straight, like right down to his shoulders, but you can see he has a couple of strips around the side that are pulled back and used as ties around the back, right? So he's sort of holding his hair back. His ears have a distinct point to them, although you can tell he's not like really fully elf. So he definitely has elf or some sort of fey blood in him. His eyes are a sort of a lively green. He's got a wide white smile. His fingers, you can see, appear to be calloused and worn, as if he's worked with his hands and fingers his whole life. As you step in, he sort of stops talking to the customer and looks, and his eyes sort of look you up and down, assessing who these new folks might be. And he then smiles and gives a sort of a wave. Please, gentlemen, I shall be with you momentarily. Let me finish this business transaction first, and then I will attend to whatever your needs may be. And he returns.
Give a wave.
He returns to his discussion. You can hear he's haggling prices with whoever this individual is. This other strictly human is apparently looking for some sort of a salve or something to deal with the warts that they have in an unmentionable place. And so he's sort of haggling the price. Eventually, though, they do come to an agreement and they shake hands, and the elf comes and returns with a small little tin as he opens it, and he sort of scoops a little bit out and runs on his fingers, goes, yes, this will do nicely. Just apply this 3 times per day, and your condition should be significantly better. I'm sure your wife will be much happier. And the guy sort of raises his collar up so that his face is kind of hidden along with the other heavy clothing that he's wearing due to the cold outside, and he turns and he walks. You can definitely see that he's an older fellow, maybe in his 60s, has a rather bulbous nose, a scraggly half beard and whatnot, but he works his way out the front of the shop. So, my friends, welcome to the Weed and Brew. I am Eggman Udar, and you are?
Nilo Hundar.
Comedy Fox.
Comedy Fox. So, what brings 2 apparently auspicious adventurers, by the look of you, am I wrong? You have the look of a warrior about you. You can see he has some sort of a holy symbol on a small chain hanging about his neck. It's just barely visible underneath the split V in his shirt that sort of hangs down. But he looks at you. He goes, "You have the look of a warrior, my dear. Is this true? You served in the war?"
I did, in fact.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your service. I am most honored and blessed for you to be coming to my humble shop. So, what is it that I can get for you?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to buy a large supply of healing potions.
I see. So what sort of healing are we
Well,
talking? You wish
just
a salve? You wish to have a something drinkable, or
the drinking potions, more specifically.
now I do wish to tell you that most of my potions are of the normal variety, but I do have some that are of, shall we say, a little more. If you were to be severely wounded, they would help you much better than the regular potions.
Yes,
But
I am looking to acquire those as well.
I see. So, well, for our standard potions, they are 55 gold coins for your normal healing, and I do have several of the upgraded kinds for 550 gold per potion.
Okay, so 55 for which ones?
For 55 for regular potions of healing.
Which tier is that?
That's just the bottom tier. Potions of healing
Bottom tier, okay.
Potions of healing are normally 50. He's charging you 55.
Yep, and that's the 2d4 one?
Yeah, whatever the base one is, 2d4 plus whatever.
Okay.
And
All right, and the next tier up was
the only other tier he has is potions of superior healing, which is 8d4 plus 8. And those are 550 gold for each one.
Okay. 550. All right.
Yep.
Okay, then how many do you have of each?
Oh, you wish to buy me out? I have 8 of your regular and 7 of your superior.
Okay. Actually, I just could get them just to have them anyway. 1 sec. Let me do some maths here. 440. Yeah, why not? Okay, I'll take all 8 of your lessers.
Okay.
And where is my money at? Nope, that's the backpack. Bag of holding.
So that will be 440 gold for the 8.
Yep. And how many Supremes you said you had?
7.
I'll take all 7 of those as well.
That's 3,850.
Yep, so that's 4,290.
That is correct. Make sure you remove that from your...
I am right now.
As he's sort of putting these into... He gives you a wooden box container to carry them all in. The vials themselves are only a few inches long and maybe an inch around, so it's not like there's a huge, but he gives you a wooden container to carry them in as he sort of sets them all in gingerly, ensuring each one goes in just so. He kind of glances up to AK and says, my dear friend, Mr. Academy the Fox, is there anything that I can get for you? You have the look of an arcanist about you. Perhaps there is some hard to obtain item that you require for the castings of your magic. Perhaps if there is a need, I can provide what you might be missing or otherwise might find difficult to acquire.
Would you suggest?
I don't know. I don't know what spells or what special components that you may or may not need in your day-to-day, but I have many dealings with those from the college down the street. For many times, the students are learning new spells that require special components. For example, I have spiders that are perfect. Well, many think disgusting it is. They do not have much of a taste when you swallow the spider for the spider climb spell. I have such things as this, but many times students or even some of your more important wizards are loath to go out and search for those special plants or special spices or special items needed for the casting of a spell, and so I try to provide that service here. So if there's
I am
anything that
looking
you
for things to make a few scrolls.
so for like the manufacturing of ink and such not.
Correct.
So of course I can provide you with whatever you need. You just give me your list. Most of your general arcane spells are easy enough to provide these for. So anything
Okay.
in particular that you are?
I'll give
So-
them a list for the absorb elements. I'm trying to make a
what
couple of those scrolls.
do you know what the material component is for that?
Not
I have it. I have it right here. Give me a sec.
It's only
Component
somatic.
is somatic. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So I
So
just need
in
the
that case,
paper and ink.
yep, just the paper and a specialized ink, but still it will cost you 200 gold for that in order to transcribe it.
There is one request I'd like to make.
Mhm.
That this, as cast from the scroll, because the casting time is a one reaction. Can this still be cast in your normal turn with the scroll, and it lasts for the entirety to the end?
Yeah. It's the
Okay.
exact same as casting it from a scroll as it is casting it from memory. The only difference
Okay,
is when you cast it from the scroll, the words disappear and the scroll is no more.
Just making sure, because it does take reaction on the spell itself. I just wanted to double check that we're
Okay, so I am going to say that you can't use a scroll to cast as a reaction.
Yeah, no, I knew that one. Just making sure it would last for the round when you used it was all. Like if you get hit with the you cast it, it goes through the entire round. That's what I mean. Like some people are a bit of a hole about that.
No, I don't understand what you mean.
Okay, we're good then.
I was going to say I don't understand what you mean. When you cast the spell, it lasts a round.
Yeah,
I'd like to try to haggle with him
Okay.
and see if I can get a better price.
Okay. So that will be 200 gold pieces.
Okay. Do you think you could do a little bit better? The school does a lot of business with you.
Well, this is true. Are you a member of the college? Are you a professor there? Perhaps I do give a small 10% discount to those who are members of the college.
I am an acquaintance of one of the senior masters.
Oh, see. Oh, who is this?
Mebinar.
Oh, Master Mebernauer. I know him well. Yes, did he send you to me, perhaps?
Yes, he did.
Yes,
actually.
he did.
Oh, I see. And so,
Sorry.
Because of your acquaintance, you feel that maybe you can swindle me out of some coin, and that I cannot then not provide for my family or not provide for my shop to stay in business, and I'll just go out of business, and then nobody has anything. Is this what you're trying to do?
Nobody's swindling, just trying to have a fair price.
Oh, I see. Go give me a persuasion check, please.
Okay, I'm going to use my D20. My
okay.
20.
Okay. Right on. I like it. Let me go.
I'm going to get a fair price if it's the last thing I do.
As I don't think AK ever got a nat 20.
I thought you said I had no, you said I had an advantage.
You
I'm
had
sorry.
an advantage. But you know what? I'll do this. Even though he gave it to me, I am going to transfer my nat 20 to you, so I'll let you use because I won't use it. So I will allow you to use that one as he sort of slaps you on the back. I'm kidding. Master Medlenauer is a good friend of mine. Yeah, I give you the discount that I give the school, 10% off. So for you, 180 gold, not 200.
Awesome. Can I get enough for 2 scrolls, please?
But of course, that will be 360 gold coins, please, payable in any sort of currency that you wish. We take all kinds except for the paper. We don't do paper.
Alrighty,
I'm going
316
to
gold.
before the coin exchanges hands. I'm gonna ask a comment. Did you already ask him about the alchemical remedy that I was talking about back in Mebenauer's office?
I did not. I should.
Would you
I
like me to?
Go ahead, phrase it, please.
Okay. My friend here has difficulty casting fire magic. Now,
This is good in a place if you're like in a library, is it not?
very good. However, certain things don't really care about cold magic, and every single time he tries to cast fire, it becomes cold.
As he looks, he
Now-
goes, "A strange affliction, my friend. I am sorry."
It's
The
very interesting.
evidence of this coming around is very few and far between, with the closest relation being wild magic. When I was in the Bitter Pass, there was a member of the Arcanist that was in the area, that was in the same deployment as myself, and they couldn't focus at all. The alchemist there fixed up a remedy that calmed his nerves and allowed him to be able to cast magic he normally couldn't. Do you have any idea what that could potentially be? And if so, would you be able to reproduce it?
He sort of thinks for a second. I wonder if perhaps your friend was drinking the Vorzurg tea. The Vorzurg tea it enables one to become very focused in what one is doing, and so I wonder if perhaps that is. But yes, if this is what you were talking of, the Vorzurg tea is something that is very, very rare, but you are in the very, very rare place.
Does that name sound familiar to me? I am Versward, actually.
No, it's not Vorzvard tea. It's Vorzug.
Vorzug tea. Oh, sorry.
Yep. But
does
give me a history check with advantage.
Oh, whoops. Okay, good. I didn't actually click that.
So as soon as he says Vorzug, you're like, that's it. You remember they called it the Vorzug tea. You thought it was more of a potion, but it wasn't. It was like a tea that he would drink every day, and it helped him stay focused. But usually he drank it mostly about an hour or so before you guys went into any kind of a mission or a combat or anything like that.
They gave him ADHD meds.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
That's the one. She snapped her gauntlet. That is it. Yes. It was an hour before deployment, an hour before combat, if I recall.
Yes, this is correct. But to answer your question, yes, I have the Vorzug tea here. I can provide you everything that you need for it with the directions on how to prescribe it and to use it and the effects, if there are any. But yes, of course.
All right. She kind of smacks Akame on the back. She's a strong fellow. Yeah. But it looks like we got this. Hopefully it'll work for you.
Worth a try.
It is for each packet. Each packet has 3 doses, right?
Okay.
And each dose is recommended to take. Its effects last about an hour. Okay. So
Okay.
for each packet, it's 300 gold.
I mean, ADHD meds are not cheap.
No, they're not.
And for a mechanical effect, what this does is you have to roll a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, and if you pass your saving throw, the spell goes as you want it to. It doesn't turn to cold, right? So if you cast a firebolt, it'll stay a firebolt. But if you fail, the effect goes whatever it is.
Okay. Well, at this point, then I guess I'm gonna take one packet.
Okay, so 100 gold.
Do I get my 10% discount on that?
Yes, he'll give you that as well. In fact, no, you're going to pay the 100 gold, but he'll give you one free pack as well. So you have
All
two.
right.
So you have 2 packs. So that
All right.
you are only the second person I've ever had to give this tea to. So I give you one packet for free, so you can tell me how it works, if there are any side effects, any issues that you have with it so I might document it for the next person who may be needing this.
Awesome. Who was the other person?
That would have been, well, it would have been before he passed away in the war, but there was a young man known as Archimedes, and he used to take it to aid him in focusing, but I heard that he died in the war, so it was unfortunate.
Were you at the Better Pass too?
No, I was not.
Another one.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you for your time, sir.
But of course,
Appreciate your services.
you are
Maybe
most
we do
welcome.
more business in the future.
Yes, I am most looking forward to it. And please make sure you keep detailed notes of anything at all that you think may be due to the there they are. Anything at all that you think may have been caused by the tea.
I do appreciate it. I will definitely do so.
All right. So as you guys depart, I'm assuming that you are going to head back to the tavern.
Yeah, we'll start heading
Correct.
back to the inn.
No sooner than you guys get to the inn, than sitting inside, in the common or in the tap room, seated at a table, sucking down an ale, you can see Ragnar. Hey, where you been?
Working. How about yourself?
Happened.
Any luck?
As a matter of fact, Tarikas is waiting for us at the mining consortium. They have granted us permission to go. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Sorry. For those on the stream, sorry, I had the map in the wrong spot. They have granted us access to their archives, so that we might speak with an archivist and see anything about their geological surveys of the Klatspur Mountains. But we're not allowed to go there until 4 o'clock, which is about an hour from now.
Food it is.
If anybody
Make it a
is
quick snack, gentlemen.
okay, it is 1 silver piece to be removed. For those that let's see, does he have silver? Yeah. Again, 1 silver piece for the lunch meal. That you guys have it if you want it.
Definitely.
After that's done, after about half an hour or so, you guys got about 20 minutes till 4, or you got about maybe a half hour to be where you need to be. Ragnar gets up, belches loudly, wipes his mouth, and works his way out and headed over to the Traft Mining Consortium offices. I'm assuming everybody's joining him.
Yep. I'm going at least.
You guys enter in the building, and as previously described, you can see there's a long counter, but there are several partitions dividing into about 5 booths, if you will, where various clients or customers are standing dealing with dwarves, all dwarves behind the counters, a mismatch of dwarf, gnome, human throughout the building. Some look to be members of the office, others look to be clients or business people or whatever that aren't part of the office, but they're maybe part of the consortium. But in the waiting room, just as you guys arrive at your appointed time, you see Tarikas sitting in the entry, or sitting in the waiting room. As you step in, Ragnar calls, "Tarikas, we're back."
It's about time. I just been trying to figure out why I'm starting to sound like you.
Yeah, well, I can't really talk Ragnar's voice, so you know.
Well,
I trust everything went well.
Yes, it did. This is my voice, actually.
I was so confused. Like, why are you doing this? This is not the first time you've done it, too.
It's been a while, that's all.
It's not the first time either. You've done it a few times before. Anyway, well, that's good to hear.
Cheerio.
No.
No, I've been waiting. Thank you, friends, for coming. It's about that time. We have a meeting to attend.
So I was told. All right. When I come out, we'll head on it.
How much did I eventually gave him in platinum?
You gave him a single platinum.
No, he gave him 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
Gave him 2 platinum coins.
Okay, let me erase that.
Gotta grease the gears. Grease the gears with plates of metal.
All right. So we
approach desk number 4, or wherever the instructions say on the paper.
All right. So it just says the counter, right? Present to the counter, and then they'll do whatever. But getting in line, you guys wait maybe 5 minutes. The lines are much lighter, and the business traffic is much lighter than it's been since it is getting later in the day. But you eventually are called up to booth number 1, presenting your document. The gnome behind this actually has a monocle eyepiece, and he sort of cocks his head back and looks at you and looks at the paper. Which of you is Tarikas?
That would be me, sir. I am Tarikas. How can I help you?
Oh,
well,
this paper is in your name.
yes, it is.
I need to make sure that you are here, for you cannot delegate authority to visit the archivist to others, so you must remain with your friends at all times. At no point are you allowed to be separated through the archives. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
As he hands it back to you, and he reaches under the desk and pulls out a little, almost like a cowbell, and you hear this clunk, 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 clunk. A couple of seconds later, a younger dwarf comes up. He's got his hair pulled back in a bun, well groomed, but medium length beard. Has business attire on with a little bow tie. As he takes the notice from Tarikas, reads it, nods his head. This way, please. And he begins leading you guys into the interior of the Traft Mining Consortium offices. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes for you guys to turn through a few passageways, find yourselves going down a wide flight of stairs find yourself going down a second wide flight of stairs as you realize there are 2 subfloors at least beneath the building above. As you get down, you can see the excellent stone craftsmanship that makes up the hallways below. Reminds you of walking down a mine without a dirt floor. It's very well made stone. The walls and ceiling and everything are like perfectly squarely cut. It is an extremely well done series of hallways, but even that takes you twisting and turning until the dwarf gets to a certain spot, and he waves his hand, and you hear a clicking sound, and you watch as suddenly the bricks on the wall begin to shift and twist and then separate as it opens up into yet another hallway that continues on. As you step through, the wall behind you, like a zipper, closes up, and he leads you guys ahead, once more descending another flight of stairs for another 10 or 15 feet, until finally you reach this massive iron doors with several wheels on it, and he begins cranking. Clank, 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 and as the last quote-unquote clank happens with the 5th handle that he turns, you hear a sort of a screeching sound as the door comes off the hinge and begins to creak open. It's not oiled very well. It's very loud and squeaky. As he pulls it, he goes, "Eee!" And he turns around and looks. Can you imagine? You'll make it through every possible way to open this door, only to be caught by something that squeaks so loudly. And and it's really loud. But behind the giant vault door, you can see several individuals sitting on, it's kind of like if you've ever seen A Christmas Carol, where they sit at those lecterns behind them, and they're like, the scribes are like scribbling on paper and stuff. This is what you see as you look inside. You can see this massive room, probably ceilings like 10 or 15 feet high. The room itself has got to be 80 feet square. Wall-to-wall shelves, cabinets, papers, sheets, you name it. It's all like lined over this entire place. AK, you look at it, your mouth drools kind of slightly, but you realize it's probably more mining related stuff as opposed to arcane. So if it was arcane stuff, you would have just been able to quit the campaign right there and just live your life out in a life of study and luxury. But as you can see, there's, like I said, there's like 5 or so high lectern-like stools with dwarves sitting there scribing. They've got these like things that they're looking through, almost like a telescope, but it's like really small, up close, magnifying glasses, if you will, as they're looking at things and are making little notes and jotting little notes on these papers. A rather ancient dwarf appears from across the room, and he waddles toward you, and he stops.
I am Belgar the Archivist. This room is my life, and this room will be your life. If you touch anything you're not allowed to touch, you break or take anything you're not allowed to break or take. Are we understood?
Yes, sir.
Herein lies all of the records of the Traft Mining Consortium over the past 200 years. I do not want to start from scratch. So, with that, give me an indication of what it is you're seeking, the location you're looking for, and we shall begin to unearth the records that you desire.
In the, you're aware of the rumors of the dragon in the Classbird Mountains. No, you don't have records of where the dragon is. However, I know that you've probably sent many prospecting missions out, expeditions out into the Kreistrich Mountains.
I cannot
We are looking for
confirm nor deny, but it is probably a logical assumption, aye.
We are looking for large caverns, particularly of crystals, perhaps, where this dragon could potentially be living, or areas that your scouts would have found that had evidence of an excessive danger, and they would have left.
All right. So in the Klatspet Ranges, you're saying?
Yes.
The Klatspet Range is rather sizable. Are we looking in the north? Are we looking in the south? Are we looking in the middle?
Where did we run into the
Tinkerholm.
dragon?
Tinkerholm is where you guys
Tinkerholm,
actually, there's a pass that runs through the Klatspet Mountains from the Elven forests on the east, or actually the Vestvi forest on the east, still Elven lands. And there's a large pass that runs through the mountains, through Tinkerholm, and down toward Kreistrich.
Gotcha.
And that's the pass. Yeah.
The pass between Tinkerholm and Kreistrich was where we ran into the dragon the first time.
So more central, probably north then. All right.
Correct.
We shall begin searching. So we are going to start with a quick skill type of a check. We need to have 3 successes before we have 3 failures. And I want Nilo to describe what skill she is going to use to sort of aid in finding the records, or maybe the region that you are going to be looking for, and hopefully find at least information that would give you, yeah, this is probably where the dragon is. So just tell me what skill you're going to be using and how it applies, and then I want you to give me that check.
A comment. Do you have proficiency in history or investigation, or both?
Both.
Both. Okay. So I will use investigation.
Okay.
I will ask I'll ask the gentleman.
What is it?
How his stuff is organized.
Okay.
And then use that organization to try to hone in on expeditions that would have resulted in dangers first and foremost. Like I'm looking the stuff that I can definitely identify better is I'm
right.
looking for the stuff that would have been marked to avoid.
Okay. Roger that. Go ahead and give me a investigation check, please.
All right. I will chuck my advantage at this as well.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So Nilo no longer has an advantage.
That was the second roll.
Yep, it sure was. So Nilo, as you are sort of working, I don't know what, you didn't need to roll, AK. This was just Nilo.
Sorry.
Yeah, these skill checks. So the way these skill checks work is everybody does a check with a different skill, right? You can't use the same skill twice. So Nilo has just used investigation, and she's explained to me that she is going to be looking for expeditions that went out, and they made notes on these expeditions in the area that saying that this didn't look safe. Or something may have been encountered that sort of said, yeah, no, we don't want to go there because of whatever reason. So Nilo, you sort of take that, and you actually find that there were a few expeditions in the Klatspers that were north of Tinkerholm, right? In the mountains north of it. You don't know how far north, but you know at least it's north of the pass, where they encountered frost giants. And so they said, yeah, there looked like there could be some good caves and some good mountain regions that may have
some veins of precious metal or whatnot, but because of the fact that they encountered a couple of frost giants, they were really worried that there might be more. And so they sort of put warnings saying, hey, this might be a good spot, but the frost giant thing sort of is a little bit off-putting. Give me an intuition check, not related to the skill check, Nilo.
You mean insight?
Insight, yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I say intuition from the old school.
Oh.
All right, cool. So, AK,
Yes.
tell me how you are going to aid in this, and
I'll be right back.
and what skill check that you want to use, and tell me how you would apply it in your search through all of these records to kind of help facilitate finding the region that you want to sort of hone in on.
So I'm going to use my history.
Okay.
Checking for the areas that people have avoided, mainly because of monstrosities, things like that may have been around.
Okay.
And also using the history to see if anybody's found a crystalline cave that might indicate the area that we're looking for.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me your history check, please.
I use that with advantage.
Okay. I will take your advantage. Nice. Nice. 21. Look at you. So as you are sort of going along, you take some of these, between you and Nilo, you've actually started narrowing down some of these, like, quote unquote, logical places that look. You actually see that some of the really older maps and a lot of the older geological, there are actually markings that say that in the ancient days, they say that there was a dragon that lived in this area. But that was like centuries ago, right?
Right.
And that sort of lines up with some of the region that Nilo discovered north of Tinkerholm, but it was really like halfway between the passes. There's two passes on the eastern Klatspur Mountains. There's one that goes through a place called Gobrucken, and there's another one that goes through Tinkerholm. Tinkerholm is primarily gnome community. Gobrucken is more of a your average human. There is some gnome and dwarf mix and stuff, but both of those towns are literally smack dab in the middle of the mountain pass. And so like halfway between those two is all wild mountains, but there's some of the sharpest peaks and some of the highest peaks in Perrinland. And so those, based on the notes that you see from history, you don't see anything that talks about crystalline, but you do see other notes, like they say that the dragons used to live in this region. We have seen giants in this region. We've seen other humanoids like Yeti in this region. And there are some flatter type of mountains, even though there's sharp peaks and others. Like in between the high peaks, there's like, if you want to call it a glacier or plateaus, that they say that many strange races that live in sub-zero weather could survive, like Yeti and frost giants, etc. So give me an insight check as well, please.
Alrighty. Let's see, where are we? Here we go.
Okay. You're not sure how, but you recall, you've seen these notes about giants and stuff, and you recall that white dragons and sometimes frost giants have kind of a relationship somehow. Not really sure how they're tied together, but you've heard stories of giants that lived in the same place as dragons. So maybe they have kind of a, I don't want to say symbiotic, but sort of a mutual respect or agreement with one another for something. So the fact that frost giants and stuff have been seen in this region is definitely an interesting thing.
Yeah, well, I got smacked by a stone giant.
Yeah.
I smacked back pretty hard.
Chirikas,
Yes.
I would like for you to choose what skill check you want to use. It cannot be investigation. It cannot be history. It has to be one of the other skill checks. And I want you to explain to me how that skill check would apply to you helping your friends research through all of this documentation and figure out and hone down probably the best spot for you to search for where the white dragon's lair might be.
Okay, I would probably. You said don't use what?
You cannot use investigation and you cannot use history.
No investigation and no history. So I probably
Sleight of hand to steal it? Oh, no, sorry.
no.
Insight might work very
Ah,
well.
hey.
Well,
Now you have to roll at disadvantage because you got help. Just
Oh,
kidding.
wow.
Just kidding.
no. I'm looking at that or medicine.
Okay, so how would either of those, tell me which one you want to use and tell me how it would work and how it would help you search through this mountains of documentation and paperwork to kind of narrow down.
If I used insight, I could use it like how much time or I could evaluate like the the efficiency of how they're searching, maybe strategize a way they
Okay.
can search better.
Okay.
And medicine, I could see if they need to take something or eat something to better allow, like drink more water for the brain power or something. I don't know.
All right. Well, I mean, insight would be a decent one. But again, let's assume not so much helping your friends. How would insight help you? If you're looking at all these maps, all this documentation, all these surveys,
Oh well,
how would insight apply to you on making sure that you're doing right? Like, I'm looking at these
Well,
maps and all that.
Yeah, well, I could determine if they're like if the maps are actually worthy.
Okay.
Are these maps that actually are worthy of were they done in detail or are they just the run of the mill basic map? I mean, is there special? It's kind of like looking at handwriting of different individuals.
Right.
Someone that takes their time writing, maybe that's better quality material that they're going to produce in their writing. Kind of the same with the maps, like what seems to be pretty detailed and pretty informative versus just scratching and just throwing some stuff down. That's
Okay.
like kind of a default pattern of creating the map.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a
Looking at it like art, I guess you could say.
yeah.
It's going to take time to look at the details, and are they going to list those same details as they did with the way they drew their picture or the map?
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me then an insight check.
Okay.
All right. As you are looking,
Oops, I forgot to take it off advantage. My bad.
no, it's on. It did advantage. You rolled a 19 plus 8, 27.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're good. As you are, as sort of Nilo and AK are going through these maps and they're going through and they're kind of honing down the region, you start looking at a particular area of the map that looks most intriguing to you. There's a series of 3 really sharp peaks that are sort of centralized in the eastern Kreistrich Mountains. And from what you know about dragons, you know they love looking down on things. These mountains are so sharp and peaked that you can only imagine that they're like up in the clouds. That's like how high these mountain peaks kind of raise up. And as you look, you can see that there are some rather significant plateaus that run between these high mountains. And from your sort of take on things, it's like a runway for an airplane, man. It's like a perfect spot for a dragon to kind of hold up because it's so high that nobody's ever going to be able to get to it. It's so cold, nobody's going to be able to survive the environment. And it's at a spot where a dragon can just lounge there and look down on the valleys to either direction, to the east or to the west, and just see everything for 100 miles in all directions. So you have a feeling that as you are looking at this sort of region, you feel that literally right here in the middle of the Kreistrich ranges to the east, halfway between Tinkerholm and Gobruckheim, which is like between the 2 passes, between the north and the south passes here, there's a series of peaks that appear to be a perfect spot for a dragon's lair. So if you were to look anywhere, you would have to, if not, you'd have to begin there, right? Now, how you get there is a different story. Like you can take the trail, because here's Kreistrich off to the west. You could take the trail down the Punt again. You've been there before, at least Nilo has, during the Sturgeon Blood. There's a series of small towns around this lake, but Punt is the launching point for the pass, and you can follow the pass all the way up until you get here, or you can actually get to Tinkerholm and then start your excavation moving to the north from there. Or you can go up the North Pass, get all the way to Gobruckheim, or Gorbrücken, and go from there and then move your way south. But regardless, going from here or from Tinkerholm, it's treacherous mountain territory until you get to those high peaks, and then you have to start scaling those peaks somehow. But you know that, as I said, those peaks stretch up, at least on low cloud days when it's like a cloudy day. Those peaks go through the clouds, so you're not able to see the tops of the peaks. Maybe on a sunny day, you could see the tops of the peaks, but they're extremely high and sharp. There are glaciers and shelves and other things that run between the peaks and those high. And especially during the winter months now, as it's cold, it is going to be frigid going up that high. Yeah, and you guys have spent probably about 6 to 8 hours digging through all of this material before you finally have someplace you feel is a great starting point, at least, to try to track down Chillidax, also known as Feldwind, or the Mountain Wind, as some people call him. And as you guys do that, you are then escorted out of the building, and you wind up returning yourselves to to the Argolf Inn for another day's rest. As the wind picks up slightly as you find yourselves coming in darkness, the street lights are the street lamps are all lit, providing illumination through the town. The tavern tap room remains open to serve drinks as well as some snack food, but not much else. As you guys arrive back at the Argolf, what do we want to do?
First, Nyla will pass out. Where is it? 2 potions of healing per person.
Okay, give me just a second.
There's
here.
4 of us here, if I recall, right? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So each of us gets 2 potions of healing. That's the 2d4 plus 2 1.
All right, give me just a second here. So, and you got 2.
I got 8 total, 2
Yeah,
per
no.
person.
Yeah, 2 per person. All right, so I just put 2 on. I put 2 on AKs. Nilo, I'm just adding plus 2 to yours, so you now have 3.
Mhm.
Ragnar has 3, so he now has 5.
If you want to drop the 7 Supremes on my bag of holding as well, that'd be appreciated.
All right, and so I gave everybody their 2 potions of healing. And Nilo, you just want, I'm going to give you they're superior, not supreme.
Oh, superior.
Yes. Yeah, supreme is like, supreme. Yeah, it's
okay. You did say.
Did I?
I could have sworn you said supreme, but that's honestly an
No,
easy thing to just completely mix
that's
up.
fine. It's superior. It's superior because you get 8d4 plus 8.
Healing, that works just fine.
All right, so I'm going to. You have 8 of them.
Yes.
All right, so I just give you 8 of them. You can put them in your backpack whenever you want, or the bag of holding, or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna stay in there.
AK, that tea that I gave you, I will create a potion for that.
Not a problem. I want to take one of those packets as we take time. I want to see if I can figure out what is in it that makes it what it is.
So it is all ground up various herbs and stuff. You can say, well, give me an investigation first, real quick.
Alrighty, let's see.
So you can detect there's like at least 4 different herbs and spices that are mixed together, including some sort of a root that you notice most people normally chew the root, because when you chew it, it actually helps numb like tooth pain and stuff like that. So you find that in there because it's heavy caffeine, right?
Okay.
But it also has this like medicinal sort of a numbing type of effect. And you can also find that there are a couple other herbs and stuff that are extremely, extremely rare, but all of them in some way, shape, or form have kind of a caffeine type of effect, or like a jolt of energy or something along those lines. So essentially it's like a powdered version of a monster drink to you.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't have the like anything made up for it. It's just, well, I guess what I can do is like, well, I was going to say, I wonder if they have it in here. I don't know if they do. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop 2 of these on your character sheet. Just know that these 2 potions of advantage are actually the 2 T's.
Okay.
Right. So, but yeah, so that's essentially, and like I said, whenever you drink it, it's just like any other potion. It lasts for an hour. And I forgot you have 3, not 2. No, you have 2. Sorry, 1 free and one didn't. So it lasts for an hour, and then you have to roll a DC 10 Constitution saving throw whenever you cast a fire spell within that hour. And if you succeed, then the spell stays as fire. Otherwise, it reverts to ice.
Alrighty.
Cool. And then the other thing that I have to get, I have one more thing. Sorry. Where's the classes, item, journal? Oh, there we are. Doo-doo-doo. All right, and I am going to. I think. Did you already give yourself the absorb element spell yet?
Yes, I did. But I didn't see it carry over into Foundry.
Oh no, because you have to import. So I'm just going to drop this on your.
Before you okay. So when he imports the stuff from beyond, it overwrites everything on the sheet.
Yep, but that's fine.
Okay.
So as we play, make sure you keep your beyond sheet updated like after every session, in case he has to like do an emergency import, because it will wipe your entire sheet with everything on it on Foundry.
Yep.
Which is the #1 loss of our gold across the board.
Yep. All right, so I put the absorb elements on your sheet. I did not put the scroll yet because I have to find where they've got scrolls in here and the thing, but I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Okay.
So, but I gave you the spell on there anyway. So, all right, cool. So, as you guys have your dinner and whatnot, you're going to bed for the next evening, I take it?
For now, yeah.
Everybody give yourself a long rest. All right. As you awaken from your slumber, once again, you get up now on the second day of Sunzeb. You awaken, you can see outside, it still appears to be cold, but you can see a heavy mist and a heavy fog overlays the land. You guys go eat your breakfast, and Nilo, your mother, is not here this morning. She has left you a note saying that she is departing for home, wishes you well, and stay out of trouble.
Never. Okay, so first order of business, I will remind the group if they don't have it or they do have it. Please remember, everyone, before we depart at all, make sure everyone here has gear for the extreme cold.
Yeah, I have a blanket that gives me advantage against the elements of extreme cold.
Make sure you have this. Make sure you purchase this before we leave.
Right.
So today we're gonna go try to find a ranger.
Okay.
And
And
considering just because I was coming back for the tail end of what you were telling Monkey. There is a space between the two trails. One Tinkerholm being on the south side, and there's a trail directly north of Tinkerholm that's running east to a name that starts with the G.
Yep.
There is a space in the middle of 3 tall peaks that looks like it's the perfect place for a dragon with a pride issue to sit on top and stare at everything.
Correct.
Okay. We're going to need more climbing gear.
Okay.
And looks like we'll be hiring a ranger to go with us in this case, because we're going to need their help to make sure we have plenty of resources and safe places to be.
Okay. So you guys exit after breakfast, roughly 8:30, somewhere in that time frame in the morning. You can see that the market across the street is in full gear as people are out there, hawking their wares, trying to sell things. The weather itself is cold, but it's nothing like it was yesterday. The fog actually acts as a warming, strange though that may sound. It is a rather thick fog, however, even in the town itself. The super cold giving way to the warmer air and now the cool ground just causes this strange effect that has a thick fog. You can only see perhaps 10, 15 feet in front of you, so now you all know exactly what Ragnar's been going through all these years. But you can see that the gear that you guys want, you know that they do sell things like climbing gear. They do sell things like food and other such things in the market. Again, though, there are lots of stores throughout the town. If you would like to go check them out, you know that there are a lot of specialty stores. Just all kinds of different stores, if you will. Antiquity stores. There are stores dedicated to just fishing gear and fisheries. There are alchemy stores, haberdashers, like for hats and stuff like that. Fancy dress stores. There's just like literally all kinds. Probably, at least in this region, or maybe a little bit more down around here toward the south, there's actually a gate that leads out the south edge of town, way down yonder in the pawpaw patch, all the way down by number 5, like all the way down here. But there are stores if you go down the promenade, right? The promenade's like a main road that runs through town, and it literally runs right past where you're at. So if you were to stay on the promenade and work your way all the way south over into the stop, there are a lot of goods and services stores in that neck of the woods. Trade stores that deal more in like adventuring gear and things like that. So probably would be your better area to kind of find. But yeah.
So something of note, rope no longer has a length, and Beyond has actually deleted the original silk rope and hemp rope options.
Really?
Yeah, it is now just rope. It gives you it just having rope gives you bonuses to climb and allows you to restrain stuff.
Well, I am going to say that regardless, even since they don't do silk or hemp or whatever, we'll just go with regular rope, but it's always 50 foot.
50 foot. Yep,
I don't care what anybody says. It's always going to be 50 foot to me.
I agree.
So, but anyway, down in this whole region down here, you can find that there are several places that
Did he also delete Pythons too?
Probably.
I can't find them. Yeah, no, it looks like
well, it's
deleted all of
probably.
that.
I believe they have like it's just called climbing gear
It's
now.
a climber's kit. Yeah, climber's kit.
Yep. Gives you advantage.
It doesn't have any like. Okay, a climber's.
A climber's kit should like give you advantage on climbing and stuff like that.
Yeah. So no, it's as you utilize action, you can use the climber's kit to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the anchor point. You can't move more than 25 feet from there without undoing the anchor as a. Okay. So you essentially have unlimited anchors with this. You have unlimited Pythons, it looks like.
Yeah, because you take them out and reapply them. It's like you have
the Pythons stay.
Then I don't see how you can have. I don't see how you can have unlimited Pythons then.
You can't. So you put the Python in, you anchor yourself to that
right
with a safety cord. That's usually that's the 25-foot one, right?
Right.
You climb up that distance, then you put in a new Python and you anchor yourself to that Python and you disconnect the old one. And that's off your belt. So you have a bunch of like lengths of rope on your belt that you connect to each piece. That's why Pythons were always separate, but now it's just a flat climber's kit. They got rid of the nuance of individual pieces.
Right.
But each climber's kit is 25 gold a piece.
Right.
So it's just presumed to have everything you need for as long of a climb as you need.
Yeah, I am gonna say it works like this: that you can, when you create the like you put a Python in, then you put a second Python in and attach yourself to it, and once you're good to go, you can work out the other Python and then move your way up to
just keep going. Okay.
Yeah, just like that. So because
all right.
yeah,
we'll
otherwise
hand wave it essentially.
Yeah, exactly, because for me it's like I don't want to get bogged down in minutia of, oh, you only got 12 Pythons, so you can only go like 12 times, say 8 feet. You only go 90 feet up, right? No.
Yeah,
I
understand. I like the fact that they removed it, but right. For people that like to get nitty and gritty, they literally deleted the old stuff, which is atrocious.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, the climber's kit is 25 gold. If you don't have one, I suggest you get one. And then rope, it's 1 gold for 50 foot. Grab a bunch.
All right. So let's do the gear. So AK, are you getting a climber's kit?
Climber's kit, yes, please. Winter clothing as well.
All right. Give me uno momento. This will be sort of the last thing we do tonight. That way we'll be ready to go.
And we'll do the ranger we'll do the ranger next week.
It depends on how fast it go, but yeah, I think so.
Okay. Maybe we get to use our 20s.
Yeah, we'll keep them. We'll keep them in there since we didn't. All right, so we're going to do equipment, and we are going to do, well, climber's kit is 25 gold, so make sure you take off 25 gold, AK, and I am dropping a climber's kit on you. Don't forget, AK, you also have an immovable rod.
Correct.
That's going to be very useful for this.
All right, so you now have the climber's kit. And you wanted
winter clothing. And I'll need.
Wow, it's weird. The equipment here doesn't have the winter clothing. Why is it not in
Is
here?
it gone? Oh, cold weather. Look up cold weather.
That's what I am. I'm looking under equipment, cold weather, and there is no cold weather gear, at least not in the foundry thing. So you might have to put.
Oh no, it's okay, there it is. It's clothing, cold weather.
Okay, so let me try that.
Ooh, you know what? Apparently the source is from Icewind Dale, the Icewind Dale module.
Yep, that's probably why, because I don't have it in the regular D. So what you're going to have to do then?
You can copy it from mine potentially.
No. Oh, that's true. I can do that. Let me do that. Thank you for reminding me. All right, make sure it doesn't take it off of yours. All right, so we're going to take cold weather gear, clothing, cold weather. Yep. And now you have cold weather gear. That was 10 gold. So make sure you take another 10 gold off, AK.
Alrighty.
I am going to do the same thing for Ragnar. As he has cold weather and and there we are, climber's kit for
I'll
Ragnar.
get to the food last.
All right, Tarikas, are you going to
Yes.
35.
Now I have 500 feet of rope, everyone. Is it 500? I grabbed 5. No, 250 feet of rope. I have 250 feet of rope on me.
Tarikas, did I drop it on there? Yep, climber's kit and cold
Oh, I
weather.
already have a climber's kit. I have a legacy climber's kit.
And then taking off 35 from Ragnar, that leaves him 424.
Okay, well, I'll take my 25 gold back. Thank you very much.
All right. So everybody now has a climber's kit and cold weather gear. It's taken you probably about an hour or so over in the markets as you guys go and work your way through trying to find the specific gear that you're looking for, clothing that fits, making sure that it works and fits you all well. How much rope do we want to get?
I already have 250 feet of rope.
Okay. And Ragnar's, I'm going to just, because he's not here, I'm going to use him. He's going to buy rope as well. I'm going to drop on rope. That is, oops.
I will also need the length of time that we'll be traveling to the location that we are hiking, that we're going to be climbing from.
Yep.
And then a rough estimate, presuming nothing goes wrong, of how long we would have to climb to get there.
All right. So,
but that's, I'll wait till after everything else is done for that.
Okay. So I'm going to have, Ragnar's going to have 3 things of rope. So he's got 100, I gave him 150 foot of rope. All right. So if we go to the, oops, wrong map. My bad. Go here instead. So if you look at the Paranlin map, how are you guys going to want to go? Do you want to go to the northern one, or do you want to go down to Tinkerholm? You tell me which pass you're going to want to go up through.
I think.
So it's Gorbrukakin, or whatever it is, here or down to Tinkerholm.
I think I want to move through Tinkerholm because I want to visit Kreistrich first.
Okay. So if we go and we go measuring distance to Kreistrich, it's 2 days, right? 48 miles, 2 days.
Okay.
From Kreistrich to Tinkerholm, as the crow flies, is 96 miles. So that is 96 divided by 24. That's 4 days. So I would add 2 days because you're going to have to go up and down overland. So it's 4. Yeah. So let's say a week. Let's say 7 days to Tinkerholm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then to where the mountain range is 40 miles. You're not going to be able to ride your horses there.
No.
So it's on foot. So it's half the distance per day. So it's essentially 12 miles a day. So it's going to be 3 to 4 days traveling through the mountains. So that's 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 4 is 13 days. So let's say 2 weeks just to round it off. And then 2 weeks to get to the mountains that you want to climb.
Okay.
And then however long it takes you to scale the mountains, a day, 2 days, who knows.
Okay, so 20 days to get there, and then climbing the mountain can take
9. No, 13 days, 14. 2 weeks to get there.
uh that's right, this isn't Faerun, sorry. 14 to get there, and what was the estimate to climb into there?
I didn't. It might be a
Okay.
day, it might be 2 days.
All right.
You know what I mean?
So
How long
we
does
can
it take
get
to
that.
climb Mount Everest? Who knows?
I believe people can do it within 2 or 3 days if they're
Yeah.
skilled at, but
Yeah.
that's like on their 3rd or 4th climb. All right. Ads in a minute. Okay. Let's pack for 20 days. So 20 days of food.
Traditional climb of Mount Everest takes about 2 months, but the time frame can be much shorter, around 2 to 3 weeks, with advanced pre-acclimatization techniques. In other words, because you're going up so high, no oxygen, blah blah blah. But we don't care about that. So I'm going to say it's going to take 2 to 3 days to climb up the top. So yeah, 20 days would probably be a fair estimate.
Rations, and that is 5 silver a ration. So you're looking at 10 gold. And don't forget feed for your horses. We'll probably leave them in Tinkerhome, but they'll pay us for the feed but they'll charge us for the feed anyway, so just deduce the same amount.
Yeah, we can calculate all that later. I don't want to get bogged down in the details of that. We'll just calculate that offline, and then we'll just say, hey, it's going to cost this much for food. It's going to cost this much for food for the horses. And then we'll just subtract that. And that way we don't even have to track it. We'll just know that we got it. We don't have to put it on us. We don't have to carry it.
Yeah.
We just say...
everyone here have a tent? Does everyone here have a bedroll? Or a sleeping bag, or whatever it is you prefer to sleep in?
Ragnar does not.
Let's see.
Ragnar doesn't have anything but the clothes on his back and some rope.
Nope, I definitely have a bedroll.
I take it back. He's got his backpack. He's got a mess kit in there, traveler's clothes. Oh, he's got potion in there too. Oh, he already had rope, so I'm gonna get rid of the rope. But
okay. So,
and
I have 300 feet of rope because I already had 50 foot of rope before that.
He has a bedroll. Yeah, he has a bedroll, but he does not have a tent.
I'll go and grab an extra grappling hook.
Yeah, I got a bedroll, but no tent.
Oh, I don't think I have a tent, but I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend a tent.
All right. If
Definitely.
you want a tent, it is 2 gold pieces. So just take 2 gold off your sheet.
Alrighty.
And I will drop the tent on your character.
Done.
I think I will also grab an extra quiver of arrows. 1 gold.
AK, you now have a tent. And Tarikas, you now have a tent. Right? There you go. Doesn't
I
look
grabbed
like
some cook's utensils to make sure we have stuff to make food in.
There we go. Ragnar, Tarikas, you now have a tent as well. So everybody should have a tent. We should be good.
John, you're gonna want to just re-import my Beyond sheet.
Okay.
Because I did everything through here, so I can calculate the gold and stuff.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay.
And uno momento. And we go import. Importing it right now, so close your character sheet so you don't mess that up.
Yeah, I'm not touching. You said import, and I stopped touching it.
I'll have to do it later. I have to. So there is a token from the Patreon that I pay to do the D&D Beyond imports, and my token expired, so I got to go renew it. So I'll do it later. I'll import it later when we're done here. It only takes me 5 minutes, but I don't want to waste time here. So as you guys spend the day gathering your gear, you manage to also stumble upon a group of druids and rangers that are holding a protest outside an apothecary.
Is it the same one?
No, it is not. This is over where you guys are buying your gear, a little further to the east. There's a little apothecary shop there that apparently the druids and other woodland folks have an issue with, whatever they're doing. And from what you can hear them clamoring about, this individual uses and grows and creates things for people to grow their plants and everything, but they say that the chemicals and stuff that this apothecary is using is not good for the land, and so they're rather upset with some of the stuff that he is using. But you kind of strike up a conversation with a fellow who is wearing woodland garb. He has leather gear on, but you can see that it's stuffed with wool on the inside and underneath, and he has what appear to be a pair of warm gloves on. He wears a wool cap. All of his clothing and gear, though, lend him to be a woodsman of some sort. Hanging at his side is a blade, although it is in its sheath, as well as it has a leather strap hooked on it so that nobody can run by and just grab it off of him. He has to release the strap to remove the blade. And as you strike up a conversation, he immediately becomes interested in the expedition that you appear to be putting together.
I am Hollister Vane. I have spent much of my time in the mountains. I know the three sisters that you speak of. I can get you there in relative safely if you would have me. I have no desire to be facing whatever it is you are seeking there, however. But if it is a guide you wish to get you to this place, then I am the guide that you should need.
Oh, that is wonderful news. We have no interest in requiring you to fight with us. In fact, we would prefer that you would take cover, and so that you may guide us back down afterward. In fact, we hope not to fight at all.
All right. So what's your terms?
Were you doing Ragnar or are you doing the Ranger?
No, the Ranger. Sorry.
The Ranger. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, just a second.
What are your terms?
We'll be heading we'll be passing through Kreistrich and then headed to Tinkerholm thereafter. From there, we'll be hiking northward.
Okay. It's a sound trail.
There, the white dragon that rests up there has
Dragon? Oh, you didn't say you were going after no dragon. You said you wanted to go climb a mountain.
You guys said was going to the Three Sisters. You mentioned we were going to the Three Sisters.
The Three Sisters are the Three Sisters are the three peaks, the tallest peaks in the Eastern Klatspers. They grew up and they called them the Three Sisters because they look so much alike. If you look them from any direction, it's like looking at the other two. I had no. So I'll still go, but the price just doubled.
That is fine. I understand that 100%. We're, like I said, we're not asking you to fight with us. We're asking you to guide us. And if you hear or see anything, just tell us before you disappear.
Once a contract is struck, friend, I do not bail on my contracts, but for this is a flat fee payable up front because you're probably not going to be returning from the Three Sisters, and I want to make sure that I get my gold. So 200 gold flat fee. I provide everything of my own. You provide nothing else but the coin.
Understood. That is acceptable to me.
Great.
And I'll deduct another 200.
All right. As we have made
21,000.
He'll take 21,000.
Hey, no. You ain't getting 21,000. I don't got 21,000 to give him.
Well, there are ways.
All right. As you guys have spent the remainder of your day roughly shopping, trying to find a ranger, which you have done, a man by the name of Hollister Vane.
Hollister Vane.
Human ranger, level 1. He should be good.
Just to double check, his terrain choice is mountains, right?
No, deserts.
Perfect.
That's right where we wanted to go.
I mean, it might as well be a desert with how little it actually rains there.
Yep. And with that, my friends, you guys return to the Argolf Inn, having made as much preparation as you possibly can as you get ready for tomorrow, the third day of Sunzeb, Common Year 586, as you look to finally be underway to your home of Kreistrich to see what remains there, if anything, and then on to your ultimate destination, the lair of Chillidax, the Fellwind. And that's where we're going to pause tonight's game.
Awesome.
Dun-dun. And no comment. And I am going to save the nat 20s and everything that you guys had from this session since you didn't get a chance to use them. So we will carry them over next session. Cool.
Sounds good.
We are going to find out where we are going after this as we figure out who do we want to bounce over to. Let's see, like, who do we have that is like even worthy of us to raid? Let's see. Looks like Mike's out. He doesn't look like he has anybody over there, is he? So D&D gens, they got something. Lollygaggers are good. Hero Zone, Cave Greek Art, they're pretty cool. Atomic Peanut Butter Cup. Let's go there. So I'll give you guys a choice. We can go to we can go to the Atomic Peanut Butter group, which is formerly Wicked LLC, or we can go to 20 Sides to Every Story. Anybody got any?
Well, let's see what 20 Sides is. We always go Peanut Gallery.
All right, so 20 Sides to Every Story. They looks like they have they're playing D&D, so let us see what's going on right now. It looks like I'm coming in on an ad. I just want to see, but all right, so we're going to bounce over to them. So let's do that. We're going to go and we're going to raid into 20 Sides to Every Story. Hopefully you guys will all hang with us. Raid, where are you? There we are. All right, 20 Sides to Every Story. There they are. We are going to bounce over to them. Again, I hope you guys will hang with us as we do so. Hopefully we'll get everybody to go with us. We are gaming Monday, our first edition, our new campaign of first edition
the Age of Worms. I hope you guys will come check it out. It's been going swimmingly so far as our party is delving into the dungeons and the cairns in the Cairn Hills north of the free city of Greyhawk. Come check that out as they start uncovering and unraveling things that are going on that were supposed to be just legends and rumors and things to scare kids to make them go to sleep at night. But apparently some of those things are coming true. We are not obviously playing next Friday, AK. Next Friday is off week. So just so you know, so I had to put it on my calendar or I'd forget to, so don't feel bad. Definitely glad to have you back. And yeah, so we will see you Monday. Hopefully you guys will catch us then, and then 2 Fridays from today. And for those that have Monday off, happy holiday. But just remember, in a world that you can be anything you want, all we ask is that you be kind. We will see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for hanging.
Have fun.
Good night, guys. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow.
All right, see ya.
Kalahari. Yeah,
is
indoor
Okay.
water
I
parks.
was gonna.
expensive.
Yeah, never mind. Y'all have a good night, guys. Take care.
Yep.
I'm gonna make me some dinner.
Stuff. Oh, we got another raid. Agora quest now. This coming in.
Ooh.
Hey,
Hello.
raid.
Uh,
Your
my
game went well
sheet.
tonight.
should be good. Everything's where it's supposed to be. The coin is good.
Shout out for you.
Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and import it over.
All right, man.
What were you guys up to? What were you playing?
Wait,
Tonight we're playing
boom. There we go.
Caverns
Okay,
of
that's good.
Thracia.
Wait, rations.
This
What
is
the
the 5th
fuck?
edition
Oh, I got 2 sets of
version
rations. That's fine.
of
Get rid of the one set.
The Judges Guild Classic.
Got the rope.
And right now
6
we're
feet
embroiled
of
in a
6
big
pieces of rope.
fight with some
10 in the
angry
box. Right,
gnolls
right.
that
2 of
are
those.
kind of just murdering.
Okay, yeah, I
everyone.
should be fine.
And we left off. The reason we were on a break was
All right.
because
Have a good night, Sean.
All right, man.
The Center for Suicide Awareness.
everyone have a good night.
tonight, and one of our characters went
Oh,
down.
Did
Because
anyone
needed
else
some
actually
healing, so
talk
we
to
were
you
kind
about
we're sandbagging
the
a little
reset
bit
you
to get a
broached
donation.
to us, or was that the only one that
And
actually
it
made a comment on it?
Yes,
Hang on just a
Deus
second.
Ex Machina.
It works. Thank you, Andrew. And Andrew.
I'm sorry. Ask that again. I had the stream. They were talking, and I was like going
Oh.
over you.
You asked us about starting a fresh campaign, going
Yes.
through some of the modules.
Yep.
Am I
Nobody
the
said
only
anything.
one that,
Yep.
no one else but me. Okay.
Nope. So I'm gonna just keep it going because I'm fine because I have all these adventures that I want to send you guys on, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to see what you guys thought was. So
I would really love to, reach like
20th.
demigod status,
Fun.
world renowned. That'd be awesome.
Sounds
Yep,
like,
all
is
right.
it from a
Have a good
published
night.
thing? Because that name
Is he gassy?
sounds stinky.
Yeah, for sure. That would be more like a green dragon, right?
Oh,
With the stinkies. So 9 hit points magically
Wake
appear.
up. There's a couple of gnolls that are chewing on your boot.
Sorry, I got caught up again. Oh, just you and me, AK. And then it's gonna be just you because I'm out. We'll see you next time.